But now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for the main event. The man you've all been waiting for, the author of the #1 best-selling book, Private Parts, the king of all media, Howard Stern, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, join us for the next 4 or 5 hours. Make this your morning home. Thank you. Thank you. Bee Gees sounding awfully good there. I like those old tunes, those old Bee Gees songs. They're kind of nice. Starting out your morning with a mellow set. Where's that music coming from? I'm trying to turn it off. Yeah, it's okay. Just mellow it out a little bit, you know. Okay, thanks, dude. It's a dude over there. All right. Yeah, that's it, baby. Well, good morning, everybody. I couldn't even get out of bed this morning. Oh, it was so cold out, and you know, just to stay bundled up under those covers. Weird stuff must go on in my sleep, because I wake up and there's like all kinds of things caked onto my face, and pillows all wet. I think I wet my bed. I don't know. Just a mess in there. What kind of stuff happens?
And your wife still wants to sleep with you. Well,
yeah.
Move to another room.
Yeah, she's really in love with it.
I was just wondering who gives those temperature readings. Allison Steele was reading the weather while I was in here listening, and she said something about it being 27 degrees, but with the wind chill, it feels like it's 7. I was just outside. It couldn't have possibly been 7.
What do you mean? You felt it was warmer or colder?
Warmer.
Oh, really? I thought it was colder than 7.
Really?
I thought it was 3. I don't know. It's freezing this morning.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm still wearing my gloves and my coat. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
612 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. It's 617 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN.
Brad is never watching you. I don't know why you give
the
these
Howard
signals.
Stern Show. Oh, my.
He's like the musician in the orchestra who's never looking at the conductor.
Yeah, I know.
You know when to begin or end.
After I finish doing a commercial, I always point to Fred, and Fred just ignores my pointing. Yeah. Doesn't look for it. I've been doing it for years.
And it never occurs to him that there's a signal coming.
No, he hates the signal.
He thinks you're exercising.
Yeah, I know. I'm like...
You know, sometimes I actually do it when you point, and you're pointing for emphasis as opposed to pointing.
There are times where you mistakenly...
I have done that.
Do that. Yeah.
I'd rather err on the side of conservatism.
Good for you, pal. Good for you. All right, there you go. I think Joan Rivers is stopping by later in the show.
Oh, it'd be nice to see Joan. What's she doing? I mean, she has nothing to push, right?
She throws Christmas parties. Did you get invited to a Christmas party this year?
Yes, I did. But I didn't realize it until after the Christmas party was over.
Oh, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Oh, that is such a lie.
Here we go.
And as a matter of fact,
that a lie?
Because I used the same excuse.
No, just because it's true for me and you're lying doesn't mean I'm lying.
I got a call from Joan Rivers' assistant saying we were rude because we didn't RSVP.
Yeah.
We were yelled at.
And I feel badly about that.
Yeah, me too. So whatever you say, I'm saying the same thing. I don't know. I
didn't pick up we left early.
That's what happened to me too.
And I was just going through the mail and found the invitation.
I went to Joan Rivers' Christmas party the first year we were invited, and it really sucked.
Well, did you see? I was reading about it in the paper. There was actually a good lineup this year.
Who was there?
I can't remember now, but it was all kinds of people we wouldn't have wanted to run into.
Oh, so it's good we didn't go, you say? Oh.
All kinds of people we've talked about.
All I know is the year I went, Cindy Adams was there, and I wanted to throw up. And Cindy Adams showed up with that big beehive hairdo of hers with, like, Christmas ornaments in her head.
Yeah.
She had actual Christmas ornaments in her hair.
She had turned herself into a tree.
Yeah, she was a living tree. Cindy Adams, the gossip columnist. The woman who makes a living on other people's pain and suffering. When something bad happens to you, Cindy's right there. But, I don't know. There was all kinds of ornaments and lights everywhere in that hair. And I don't know. God knows where else. I don't know. I mean, her vagina might have had lights on it, but I couldn't see. I didn't want to see.
Something special. That's where the mistletoe was.
That was a real turn on. Oh, man. P.U. that year. But, yeah, so Cindy Adams was there, and we met that Blaine Trump, Donald Trump's sister-in-law. She was all right. She was a nice woman. She, I don't have any bone to pick with her. And, I don't know. Cindy Adams shows up with the big ornaments in her head. Like, literally, that big beehive hairdo was decked out in ornaments.
That's right. It was a Christmas tree. Tinsel, glitter.
Someone told me.
On fire.
It was on fire. Hello, kiddies.
And then she hung a wreath on it.
Yeah. It was a beautiful sight. Beautiful U-log treatment. I don't know. So, I went there and there was nothing to eat. And then Joan fed anyone who was like a real close friend of hers and threw the rest of us out.
Right. We were just invited to the Christmas tea. Remember? It's a tea.
Yeah. A Christmas tea at 6 o'clock at night. I'm ready to eat dinner.
I think the hours, what was it, 4 to 7?
It was like 4 to 7 or 4 to 8. And I went at 4 o'clock thinking like I was invited for 4 o'clock. I'll be there at 4 o'clock. And I'm standing there talking to Joan's daughter, Missy.
Did you notice on the invitation this year, it was Joan and Melissa Rivers invite you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they've pretty much forgotten Edgar.
Edgar doesn't exist.
Yeah, Edgar's gone. Edgar's name does not live on.
But you know what would have been fun this year, and that was one of the reasons I was sorry I missed the invitation?
Yeah.
Joan's constant companion.
Oh.
Was going to be there.
Oh.
See, that's his term now. He doesn't get to be friend, boyfriend, lover. I guess when you get to Joan's age, you're just a constant companion.
Yeah, they walk around with each other.
So I wanted to check out that action.
Any pictures of Edgar in the house? I didn't see any, did you?
Not when we were there, no.
I meant to ask you that.
I didn't see one picture of Edgar.
I think they pasted stuff over Edgar in all his pictures. Pretty sure about that.
Put somebody else's face
on
Edgar.
The new constant companion. At this point, he's just a rumor, Edgar. No one's even sure he really lived.
How Melissa got here, nobody knows.
Yeah. Anyway, so Joan's coming by, and we can goof around a little bit.
Yeah, we can find out who was at the party that would have been uncomfortable to meet.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm watching TV. They're making a big deal about Tom Snyder coming back to network television. It's pathetic. That's the best they can do.
All of a sudden, they've forgotten he was a bad talk show host. Now he's a great talk show host.
Yeah, because Letterman somehow thinks he's great. I think Letterman thinks he's great because he's not as good as Letterman. Anybody who's not as good as Letterman is great.
Yeah, no competition. That's great.
I don't know. It just irritates me.
Well, I was reading it, they had all these articles in the paper about it yesterday, and they say that once Letterman's discussions with Tom Costas broke off, Bob Costas broke off, and he didn't get him to take the job, his next choice
was Regis.
Tom Snyder.
Oh, was Tom Snyder? Well, so
but
anyway.
Bob Costas, to me, is not a great interview. That's not a great, exciting lineup either. So he wasn't looking for excitement at that time of the night.
Yeah. Then I had a crummy day yesterday. We were number 1 in New York in the ratings. In Los Angeles, we were like number 5. Did you read about this? Yeah.
What happened?
I know. Well, nothing happened. That's just the point. It's all the Mexican stations are number 1. Oh, all the Mexican morning shows are number 1 and number 2.
Oh, boy.
So we have, of course, all our listeners disappeared. know it's not even like Mark and Brian or Rick Dees or any of the white stations, so-called white stations.
English-speaking stations
did any better.
Well.
I mean, the All News beat us because they maintained their number, and some guys Lohman and Barkley or something. I don't know. It just got me fed up, and yeah, that's okay. I didn't even get that upset, which was weird for me because I just said, well, so I guess we're not as good as Mexican morning men. What can I tell you? I just find it hard to believe that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a station changes its call letters, and ever since then, they've been beating us in the morning. What
were they before that call letter change?
I don't know.
Number in the market?
Like number 97 or something. They didn't even exist on the dial. And it really got me pissed off because, and then what happens is we go back up in the ratings and we become number one again, hopefully, which happened the last time this happened. This happens to us once a year.
We seesaw there.
Yeah, and it really sucks. I mean, last year I was number one. And then I was number 5 because the Mexicans beat us. And this year, I'm again in the same situation.
You'd think that the rating service out there would get that under control, would figure out what's going on. Because how could we flip-flop like that all the time?
I don't know, but it's awfully embarrassing to be beaten by Mexicans. It just really is. It's just very, very embarrassing.
Well, can we sort of consider, like, Los Angeles not part of the United States anymore?
Yeah, but, it's just embarrassing because, of course, the headline is, Howard Stern falls. That's all they want to write. Because here in New York, we were number one again. You can't even find my name in any of the articles.
There wasn't an article.
No. Hinckley managed to write his usual Amish fan letter, and, somehow we're just ignored.
Yeah.
We're just ignored. It's just basically, Howard Stern was number one again. As if that's some small feat. There's 900 radio stations on in New York. And
the sad thing is there's never been a big headline about your being number one.
Yeah, or an article that said, my God, this guy's been number one for so long. How's he do it? It's never like Letterman is number one for a couple of weeks. He beats Jay Leno. One guy he beats.
Like tenths of a point.
Yeah, and it's headlines, there's articles. He's the man of the year. He's the king.
He's the king of late night.
I think on 900. We go on in Miami in 2 months and we knock off the leading guys. In 2 months. 2 months we did that. But I don't know. But boy, you fall in Los Angeles, man. It's headline after headline, and it's like embarrassing.
Where are these articles?
I have them somewhere. Let's see. Here, KLAX knocks. That's the Mexican station. Yeah. The Mexicans basically should just say the Mexican station. The Mexican station knocks Stern on his private parts. Big headline. Only when I do bad. It's so embarrassing. Stern gets a bit of a rating shock. And it's not like, Mark and Brian. Mark and Brian are nowhere to be found. I mean, they're like number 9. Rick Dees is number 5. He's tied with us. Rick Dees. Where's Disco Duck? I want to play that. Where is that? I was reading about... someone sent me a book about bad television shows. And they were talking about there was... I forget what the bad television show was. Where they were saying that the first night it was Rick Dees as a guest singing his hit Disco Duck. Ooh. And the follow-up, Disco Mania or Duck Mania or something. So it's not like any white guys did any better than us. It's just all Mexicans. So you know what happened? The rating service now has just weighted all of the books toward Mexicans. Like what I'm saying is, if a Mexican guy fills out a ratings book, it counts for 9 billion people. If they manage to figure out... First of all, regular white people can't figure out how to fill out those ratings books.
How could
Mexicans figure it out? I mean, they're having trouble with the language. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
It is very difficult to fill out a ratings book.
It's not possible for this to be happening.
Yeah, it's not. But statistically, you could make it happen.
You think that only educated Mexicans are running across.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you brilliant Mexicans are, rocket scientists are heading over the border.
Under that barbed wire.
Yeah. I don't know. And then, I got to read this crap. Raunchy morning personality Howard Stern appeared to be slipping off his king of all media throne. Drawing his lowest ratings in Los Angeles in 2 years. By the way, we dropped 1 point. 1 point. At the same time, Spanish language, that's my competition. The Spanish station.
Yeah.
My audience left us and went to the Spanish station. Right. This is what this article's implying. This is the analysis of the ratings drop. At the same time, Spanish language, KLAX. By the way, our call letters are KLSX.
Yes.
No confusion there. Oh, I hate this business. I just want to get out. I just got to get out. How many more weeks on my contract? How many months left in my contract, Jackie? He's the keeper of the contract.
Well, we could actually say 10 at this point.
Well, how can we say that?
How could you?
You're not counting January?
Yeah.
Good.
January's almost over.
Yeah, it's only January 3rd or something.
January will be a farewell month, so it won't even make a difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and plus, I don't think I'll have to work in November. The station will want to hire my replacement and just give me some severance,
off, right, and give that guy some time to build.
Yeah, and us time to build our new homes in Montana. Hey, let's all move to the same place when we get out of this. Let's go to some place that we can live cheap.
You want to live where Jackie would live?
Sure, why not?
I gotta be by the bay.
Oh, that's right.
Find a bay.
Yeah, I'm going to stay here, guys. You guys go. Thanks for asking, though. That's nice of you asked.
I'll drive by.
Yeah.
Nancy and I'll jump in the car. You just never know when we'll show up.
You know, I think I still got a few good more years left of me. I'm going to see if I can't make it as a screenwriter or...
Go ahead and choose between living with me or Quivers. Flip that coin.
I already flipped it. I'm with her.
Good luck.
Yeah. We'll give her some party. She thinks she's a party. All right, here we go. Stern, whose syndicated radio show is heard locally, has dropped from first to fifth place during the fall ratings period. That put him in a tie with his nemesis, Rick. Nemesis. This is my nemesis. The guy's a nebbish. That's what he is. He's not a nemesis.
His nebbish Rick Dees.
His nebbish Rick Dees. I'm sure Howard will have some comment about tying with Dees, said the program director, Warren Williams. That's our program director. I don't know. I never even met him.
Yeah, don't even recognize that.
I think he's a new guy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had a little talk with the Los Angeles station, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They had a guy there in the morning who was taking entire chunks of our show to tape the broadcast and leaving them out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He decided that they were offensive.
Oh.
So I just found out about it.
Those strange faxes.
Yeah, well, I ignored him, and I just found out about it for real, and I called up and I went ape. And I said, you know what, why don't we just pull the plug on this whole little experiment?
Wow.
Why don't we get the whole damn show off the air in Los Angeles? I can handle that. I'll go on. And now I think we have it all straightened out. Because Andy called me and said he didn't know about it. No one knew about it. And now it's all going to be better. You know, come on. What are you doing? You're putting the show in the hands of some guy I don't even know? See, this is what I mean. This is why I hate this stinking business. What do you want, Gary?
No, I just brought you some... Someone said you wanted Rick Dees.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Papa Flunky.
So now you're saying you hate the business...
Right.
Because of all these different people?
Yeah. Well, now we got it all straightened out, and everything's cool, and it's never going to happen again.
Well, you know, this is part of the way we run this network, shall we say.
Yeah. Well, I always get weird reports, and I ignore them because it's like when I was up in Albany, some guy told me, one of the state troopers, he says, hey, you know, they're playing your show in the afternoon. I said, what? What do you mean they're playing my show in the afternoon? They're not allowed to do that. That'll destroy us. You can't do that.
Was it true?
No, wasn't true at all. But I went into a frenzy when I was up there at the inauguration. I thought our Albany affiliate was just playing the show in the afternoon, like playing it in the morning and then playing it in the afternoon. I said, you can't do that. And I went crazy, and I'm making all these phone calls, and the guy says he heard it on 2 separate occasions. I said, you know what you probably heard? You probably heard a promo.
Yeah.
He goes, I drove home for an entire half hour and listened to you guys in the afternoon. That's what he said. The guy was, I mean, unless the guy was hallucinating. I said, wait, let me get this straight.
Well, how did he do it if they say it's not happening?
I don't know, but I was going nuts. I mean, I was like out of my mind. See, this is what, so I've decided to ignore all these things, and then you find out what one of them is real. That some guy in L.A. is just lifting off half of our show and taking it off the air. Like literally things that we ran didn't run in L.A. Could you imagine? And I don't know about it because I figured they're hallucinating.
And nobody even thinks to call up and say, you know, I'm having a problem here. What do you think?
Yeah, right. But it was some guy, you know, I don't know whose direction he was doing it. They claim it was under the general manager, but the general manager is gone now. He's parted with the station. So nobody knows anything. And I can't get a straight answer out of anyone. Maybe he was a Spanish guy. He was trying to undermine our show, so the Spanish station.
He actually worked for that other station.
Yeah, so... Anyway, so our program director says ratings are subject to some strange wobblings at times, but over the long haul, I have no doubt in my mind that Howard Stern is the premier morning talent in America and in Los Angeles. The top honors for the hotly contested morning drive time race went to the zany team of Juan Carlos Hidalgo and Jesus El Palladio Garcia.
It's Juan and Jesus who are beating us?
No. Juan Carlos Hidalgo and Jesus El Palladio Garcia, who have been in first place several times during the past few years. Yeah,
Juan and Jesus.
Yeah, of course. Who just so happened to be on a station called KLAX when we're on KLSX.
And I'm sure it's just as easy to flip over to them as it is to listen to us.
Oh, yeah, and I think that all the listeners who listen to us would probably tune over to a Spanish station to see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's where we went down. According to these ratings, we didn't lose our audience to anyone except Spanish stations. So I have to put up with this every year. I have to put up with this.
Well, also, you know, when these people tamper with the show, it's not their name that appears in the headline.
No. You won't read about that. You'll read about that Howard Stern sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great. Now, the other Spanish team, KPWR's morning team of the Baca Boys, Eric and Nick Vidal.
The Baca Boys.
Yeah, the Baca Boys. KPWR put on they fired Jay Thomas and put on a Hispanic morning show. And that rocketed to the top. So I guess white people don't exist in Los Angeles. Don't listen to the radio.
No, they don't have radios anymore.
So I got to deal with this.
They've given up on it.
So I'm dealing with it. I don't know. So
I don't know why you say white people, though. I mean, other people listen to us. It's English-speaking people.
Well, they're mostly white people. I like to think of it that way. I believe it's white people. I don't know. That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind waking up and reading this crap. And then I was having a perfectly good weekend, and it happened on Saturday that I learned about it.
Oh.
And everyone was trying to keep it from me so it wouldn't ruin my weekend. But I read about it on Prodigy. And I was like, oh, man, not again. Every year I have to be embarrassed by this. Every year this happens. I got to be embarrassed by this with the Spanish station. And they go around crowing, you see, we beat him.
Our
Stern. I don't buy it, okay?
We beat you.
I don't give a rat's ass. I'm still number one in Los Angeles, and I know it. I know we are. Because I know it. When I know something, I know it. And that's that. Got to take my coat off. And the people of Los Angeles better give us the ratings, because if they don't give us the ratings, fine, we'll be gone. Or I'll change my name to Senor Stern, and...
or we'll leave you to the Baca Boys.
Yeah, the Baca Boys and Juan and... Jesus. Juan and Jesus. White people, you better wake up. Start speaking out for your rights. You going to let a bunch of Mexicans take over?
Don't you start with this is our country crap.
Yeah. Hey, it's your radio. It might not be our country. This is the Alamo of radio. I'm your last holdout. I'm in here trying to hold out the country for you guys, and you're disappointing me. Yeah, that's good. But a bunch of Mexicans take over the radio.
I really would like... We got to go have somebody look at the diaries.
Yeah.
I would love to see these Spanish diaries that are filled out so well.
Well, you know what it is. They put like KL or an X or something, and they, you know... If one of our listeners doesn't, work his whole situation out properly with, keeping track of the ratings, then it gets attributed to a Spanish station. It could, that's the potential. You didn't see what happens?
But what about the Hispanic person's diary?
Well, that's the point.
Do you really mean they're weighted more heavily?
Yeah.
Because very few of them come in, probably.
Yeah, you probably get one.
So if one guy fills out
I don't know what happens, but I know how the system works, and I know how things are done with ratings, and one guy's opinion counts for 900 people, or 900 million people. And it's just, you got to live and die by this stuff.
I really would like to know what those diary entries
I don't know, but all I know is every year we go through this in Los Angeles. Every year we go through the Spanish station takes away all our listeners, and then somehow we get them back.
And nobody ever questions.
Well, I do, but nobody cares what I say. They think it's just sour grapes.
They just wonder about the rating service. They don't wonder why these giant fluctuations
they do.
keep going on.
They wonder about it. But, look, it's not their career hanging in the balance. It's mine. It's yours. Not Fred's. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, I've talked about it. Because I'm sure some people think I wasn't going to talk about it, like try to hide my head in the sand.
Yeah, pretend it didn't happen, like an ostrich.
No, I'll talk about it. It sucks, but I'll talk about it. Anyway, who cares? I got to take a break. I was going to take a phone call. I'll take phone calls when I get back, right after these words.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, it's Hammer here, and I'm chilling with my man Howard Stern. It's all good.
What's 43201 again? Or 43210?
I think he was doing a countdown.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what Hammer was doing there. Hammer time. Hammer time. Okay, I was going to take some phone calls. Hey, you're on the air. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Howard.
Right.
I watched that Tom Snyder show last night, and it was funny because he started the show babbling about something without an audience and stuff, and it was sort of like a Nightline sort of thing, which no one really cares about.
Yeah.
And you watched him talk, and you watched him start to sweat.
Yeah, it's unwatchable.
And he just started sweating, and he got just soaking wet.
Yeah.
It was funny when he came back from the first commercial, he was like, just dry.
They dried him down.
I was just tuning in just to see them mopping him down, just to see if they did a good job.
Yeah, it's too bad you don't have a satellite. They were probably mopping him down on camera. That might have been funny, like big giant sponges and squeegees mopping down Tom Snyder. Tom Snyder is a disturbing man and not even a good interviewer, and also unwatchable in terms of his presentation. I mean, he's a grade D broadcaster. And the reason he was hired is because Letterman is not threatened by him. And I got news for you. Someone ought to kick his ass in the ratings.
Well, who's going to do that?
I don't know.
Conan O'Brien actually looked good in comparison.
Right. Well, Conan O'Brien ain't the man for the job. No offense. Conan, I was reading something about Conan. They said, look, so the guy had Conan had no previous television experience.
True.
And, I mean, not that Montel Williams did, but I don't know. It's, listen, some people have it, some people don't. Conan's a very nice guy and probably a funny writer. They say he was writing for a lot of different shows. Well, The Simpsons isn't funny.
No, sorry.
Did he write for The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he was
that show is not funny, by the way.
Executive writer.
I've seen it.
I am disgusted by The Simpsons.
I mean, I don't know. I've tried to watch that. Is that supposed to be funny? I thought it was a serious cartoon.
Episode, yeah. It's a sitcom that's not funny with cartoons in it.
Yeah, it's a bad sitcom, but it's got cartoons.
Yeah, instead of people.
It's not a good show. It's a bad show. People say they wrote for The Simpsons. I would say, I don't want to talk to you. I mean, really.
I thought it was just me. I hate The Simpsons.
I think we draw better.
Yeah, I can draw a better cartoon. I mean, I wouldn't say that's really even good drawing. Like Beavis and Butthead's a good cartoon. You want to get into cartoons,
yeah.
but The Simpsons isn't any good. My kids won't even watch it. Like the Flintstones was a good cartoon when we were growing up. They used to have it on at night.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting. It was funny, had a funny theme, everything was Stone Age.
And you actually cared what happened to Barney and Fred.
Yeah, for a while you did. For a year it was happening, and that was it. And it sucked. The Simpsons were never any good.
I remember when it was good. It was good for that 1 minute it was on the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah, for 1 minute it's good. It's the Emperor's New Cartoon. Everyone runs around saying it's, it's good. But Conan's credential is that he wrote... Imagine Lorne Michaels said, I got to get the guy who wrote The Simpsons. Not the head writer even, just some guy who wrote on it. Come on.
Because he cracked everybody up in the writing meeting.
Yeah. Great.
He was just, talking about Tom Snyder again, in comparison to, that NBC, whatever it was, CNBC show.
Yeah.
All the guys, working the cameras and stuff would laugh. Yesterday he was trying to do the same, sort of thing and play up to the guys with the camera because he has no audience in there.
Yeah.
And no one was laughing.
He's going to get the same douches who thought he was funny over at CNBC.
They must have been freelancers.
Yeah.
They're just looking at him, and you could tell he's like looking at him for like laughter or something like that, and they're just, you could tell, you could just feel the stare back at him.
Yeah.
Like, that's not funny.
And the flop sweat. Yeah, what's funny about Tom Snyder? He's an awful, awful broadcaster. I mean, they put him on nighttime radio, and he failed. What is this revival of Tom Snyder?
I saw that Larry King was taking credit for his revival.
Of Tom Snyder?
Yeah, yesterday.
Really?
He was saying that Tom started substituting for him on his radio show. He was off, and that gave him that
boost
into nighttime radio for ABC, which then he claims led to CNBC. Larry left out all the gaps, where he was fired.
Yeah. All Larry making all these quantum leaps in his head. He spoke to Tom Snyder, therefore Tom Snyder's working again. Tom Snyder's show was off. Back in the, I guess it was the 70s, they had the Tom Snyder show or something. I don't know when it was, the 60s, the 70s. I think
it was the 70s.
Growing up, I was totally unaware of Tom Snyder until Dan Aykroyd used to make fun of him on Saturday Night Live. No one watched Tom Snyder, and the show was sort of a goofy, avant-garde late-night program because they had no budget, so there was no set, there was no...
And after they parodied it on Saturday Night Live, didn't you, think, ooh, I wish I could stay up to see that?
Yeah, and meanwhile, then you'd stay up to see it, and it sucked. He sucks. He sucks. And his ass could be whipped inside of 2 seconds, and that would be the end of it. But they got Conan up against him, another juggernaut.
It's going to be a close race.
I've been interviewed by Tom Snyder. It was the worst thing ever happened. I got in there and I had to start yelling at him.
Try to whip him into shape.
Yeah, I had to yell at the guy for a solid half hour. People tell me he was some of the best television, not because of Tom Snyder, because of me.
Of course.
It was great because one caller actually mentioned that one show that he replaced Bob Costas with, and that was the best Tom Snyder, the best,
I'm the one who got him back on TV. If you want to start drawing parallels. I remember NBC was all excited because they had this hot show between me and Tom Snyder. I was promoting Crucified by the FCC, my new CD, and I go on there, and I all I wanted to do was talk to Bob Costas about my new CD. I sit down, and it's Tom Snyder filling in, and I said, okay, fine, I don't care which robot head interviews me. And this guy starts in with me. I said, listen, you're awful. He started blaming me for the downfall of his career. Could you imagine?
And I don't think you were around. Where were you when he got booted off TV?
I was in Detroit as a disc jockey.
You might have been in high school.
Yeah, I think I was in high school. Oh, when the Rona Barrett stuff happened? I was in college.
Yeah, see?
He was blaming me for the downfall of his television career because he said, guys like you're so outrageous and funny and witty that I look stupid. Could you imagine that's his logic?
One imbecile.
Yeah, no.
But he was also, actually, he did interview that Gingrich couple, which was like, stick in the mud.
I got a little tape of that. You just wait.
Oh, good.
Mrs. Gingrich's voice is deeper than her husband's.
Good.
Well, Mrs. Gingrich is going to be joining us this morning at 7 o'clock.
And I thought you were joking when you said she called him Nudie.
No,
but
Nudie.
She called him Nudie.
Yeah, she calls him Nudie. That's, it's bad enough you name your kid Newt, and then you give a nickname like Nudie.
That's probably why...
I knew him when he was Nudie Kazootie. Bad Nudie Kazootie.
My Nudie Tootie Fruity.
Yeah. Nudie all Rudy. A wop babaliga, wop bop bop. Nudie Tootie, Nudie Kazootie. Yeah, you got that deep voice and the big cigarette.
Nudie said to me.
My Nudie said to me. That...
I almost fell off the chair this morning when I heard her say Nudie.
Yeah, Nudie. Nudie Kazootie.
He kept asking her when she's going to light up the cigarette.
Did he?
And and then finally, after commercial break, she finally had a cigarette in her hand, and she's like, there's a camera staring right at her, and she's busy looking off to the side and puffing away and stuff like that.
Yeah, real attractive.
What a trash.
Hideous sight. Yeah, and it's like. It's like, remember that ad they used to have for kids to stop smoking? They showed that old guy smoking a cigarette and half his face was off. That's what that looks like. How could you smoke after you see her smoking?
When you cough up phlegm and spit it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that must be pleasant in the morning when she wakes up.
What is it, dude?
You want to talk to a guy who's upset? He thinks that Tom Snyder had like a groundbreaking show. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a loser.
Okay.
But he actually cites some particular shows that prove that.
Oh, okay.
You can't be any real man.
Yeah, no real man would think that. Who's it, Morty? From the Worldwide Pants Organization?
Oh, my God, those promos for the show with him sort of spicing up the show and saying it's a groundbreaking thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. If you run enough commercials saying it's a groundbreaking show, then you'll get guys like this next caller who say, well, it's a groundbreaking show. And they show the picture of Tom Snyder interviewing John Lennon.
Yeah, the one thing...
Isn't that from his Tomorrow Day?
Yeah, that's from 100 years ago. When John Lennon used to stay up all night because he was coked up or something.
John Lennon should be alive. Tom Snyder should be dead.
Right.
You know?
You know you're in trouble when you start showing pictures of people, interviews of people who weren't even killed in this decade.
Yeah, right. I mean, like that's groundbreaking. No, it breaks the ground when you smash your TV into it. All right, let me go take this guy.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, how you doing, dude?
Hey, Howard. Well, Tom Snyder did have a bunch of good shows. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, if you've been on for 50 years with no competition, you might possibly hit into a few good shows.
Well, it was not his fault though. It was by accident that he had good shows.
Yeah, right.
The ratings were so bad they forced him to have Rona Barrett on to do gossip, and they forced him to have a studio audience, and they forced punk rock bands on him all the time. So the Plasmatics would be on Blowing Up Cars, and the Ramones would be on The Clash.
So what are you saying?
He'd be totally belligerent like Iggy Pop, and it'd be hysterical. He interviewed Charles Manson in the prison, and Manson's on.
I don't know. I've been watching Tom Snyder on CNBC every once in a while. I try to tune him in. I don't have any hostility to the guy. I try to tune him in. I don't see anything going on hostility wise.
Well, see, that's what this guy's saying on CNBC. There was no Charles Manson. There was no John.
So it's the guest fault. Oh, I see.
No, he's not as belligerent. He's an old man. He's out of touch. I mean, you saw from the interview he did with you. But the tape of him interviewing Little Richard when Little Richard is born again, hysterical.
No, I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of those shows. I'm still waiting to see something hysterical.
Well, I'll send you.
You send me something hysterical, okay?
I'll send you an hour's worth of best stuff.
Yeah. We'll see how well he does in the ratings.
Better start pulling out those old tapes.
Yes, and why not play the old shows? And then if the old shows were so groundbreaking, why did they have to pull them off the air?
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody ever pulls them out and shows them.
Yeah. I don't see anybody doing a retrospective. What silly conversation is that? Miami, you're on the air.
Hi, boss.
Hi.
Yeah, you said you was going to pick a Howard Stern Miss 95?
You're not from Miami. Don't call on this line.
How do you...
He's not from Miami.
You know him?
Yeah, I know who that is. Cleveland, you're on the air.
Yo, Howard, what's up, man?
All right.
I'm wondering...
Can you turn off your radio, please?
Okay, can you hear me?
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me this, what do you think of Jon Stewart, man?
Well, again, I mean, I don't know. He's another guy with a talk show. It's not anything special. I've been on his show.
I mean, do you think you could take him?
Oh, well, listen, that's insulting. I mean, the guy has a 1 rating. On the E! Network, I can pull that. The E! Network doesn't get into any homes. I do better than that. I mean, for goodness sake, why do you insult me?
I'm not insulting.
Do you think I could take Jon Stewart?
You particularly like Jon Stewart?
Well, I think he has
I think I could take Letterman, Leno, and anybody else they got there. Who do you think I couldn't take?
Well, I mean,
except for Mexican stations. Jesus and Roger.
I thought Pedro.
Jesus and Pedro. Aside from that, who couldn't I? No, come on, it's ridiculous.
And I'm wondering this also. When are you coming back to Cleveland to settle that case?
I don't know. Well,
what is going on with that case? I was wondering that myself.
I don't know.
They didn't sentence the guy, right? Because they were waiting for him to cooperate and give him some information.
They have not said anything. They haven't said a word about it.
You know, here is a crime. To put it simply, the wires on our radio station were cut when we went to Cleveland. They cut the wires to our broadcast.
Right.
An employee of another station did. And it was considered a federal crime because you're not allowed to tamper with broadcast equipment. You're not allowed to tamper with a broadcast. I think it's a federally regulated industry.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Somehow that ties in with a federal crime, right?
Oh, I would imagine so.
So there's talking about the seriousness of the crime, and it's more than just vandalism, and it was interrupting a broadcast signal. And the guy who did it confesses, and the prosecutor calls us and says, I'm not even going to have this guy charged until we find out who in the parent organization, who the higher-ups were, who sanctioned this, because we're going to get the licenses taken away from these guys. So it's turning into a big case, and I never heard anything again.
Yeah, I don't even know that the guy...
they haven't said anything here. I mean,
The wheels of justice turn slow, except when it comes to me.
You're right.
Well, what could be holding this up?
Yeah. What is it, Fafa?
Our guy in Cleveland just called and said they're going to just tie up a few more loose ends, and they'll be doing something in the next week or two. But I have to tell you, he's been telling us that since October.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's always the next week or two, Well, so the case is very much still open, and they're still working on getting the... well, maybe it's a little more complicated than we know. Right.
Mm-hmm. In other words, they have to now pin it on these guys who own this company. Because once they do that, all hell breaks loose.
Wow, when are you coming back to Cleveland?
Once that's done.
And then we might not even come back. Why would we come back? We were there. What am I going to do there? I'm going to go back to Cleveland?
I know. Everybody wants us to travel. People keep asking me, when are we coming to Florida? When are we doing this?
And let's say I get to Florida. What am I going to do there? That's so great. I mean, let's say I managed to get myself to Florida.
Hang out with drug dealers in Miami.
No, but I mean, what am I going to do? Okay, thank you for the call.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, you go to these towns, there's nothing to do there.
Right. Everyone said, when are you coming back? Oh, I was there.
Cleveland, one trip was more than enough.
You're not kidding. Albany, you're on the air.
Yeah, I need to ask Jackie a question.
A Jackie question. Go ahead.
Jackie was scheduled to play up here in Albany. I bought tickets, I don't know, a couple of months ago. What's going on, Jackie? Where are you at, buddy?
Jackie?
Jackie has no clue.
Well, wait, we're waiting to hear the answer. I'm curious.
This was a lot more than a couple months ago. I don't know, the guy...
It's an hour drive, 2-hour drive.
I'm not talking.
Why? Well, let's hear the answer.
I don't know the answer. The guy canceled the show on me, and I think he told all the people that I canceled it.
They told all the people that, we can't have our money back because you're still not sure what's going on.
That's absolutely untrue. And I called the agent that booked it at least 5 times and told him to try and find out what happened because somebody else like you called me and told me this too. And I have done everything I can.
So what am I to do?
Oh, boy.
I don't know, sir.
Say, Jackie, this is customer service.
I know.
What do you mean you don't know? The guy's a fan of yours.
He bought the ticket because of you.
And you're going to leave him hanging?
Yeah, I guess I am. Tell him to call the guy he bought the tickets from.
The guy, it's the box office.
Sorry. What can I do?
What do you mean? You booked a show there?
Yes.
The guy hired me to do a show,
yeah,
and he canceled it like a week before.
He canceled? Why? Was tickets not selling?
He told me there were no seats sold, and then another kid called me a month later and said he thought it was sold out, that all his friends had bought tickets, blah, blah, blah. What's going on? I said, I have no idea. And I called the agent. I said, will you please find out what's going on? I called him a couple times.
And that's it.
I mean, I'm not going to say the guy's name over the phone.
No, I wouldn't say that.
But who is this? Not the name, but is this a reputable agent? Is this somebody you knew?
Yeah, sure it is. And it's a guy who's been in business up in Albany for a long time, doing shows, and he has the comedy club.
Well, I think you ought to go up to Albany and do a free show for the people. And
there you go.
And you should be the opening act.
Why should I? I'm not involved.
He didn't start this mess.
That's right. You started a mess, and I got to get involved? I think you got to make it up to your fans, your Jackie fans.
That guy's sitting out there, he paid good money, he's not getting his money back.
He can't wait to see your show.
How many times do you get that kind of demand?
This really does suck, because it always comes back to the
performer.
The performance.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jackie says he doesn't know anything about it.
Tell him SOL, this guy's off and running with my money.
The guy who runs the local comedy club.
Sir, how much money did you pay?
I don't know, $10, $15. But it's not at a comedy club, it's at a regular...
But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the guy that produced the show is the guy that owns the local comedy club.
The local comedy club. All right,
look.
I'm telling you where to go to get your money, and you're not listening to me.
All right, Jackie, please. All right, thank you. This is Jackie's world.
Jackie business.
Jackie business. Monkey business. Jackie business.
Jokey business.
A simple show. Botched. All it's got to be is Jackie says I'm going somewhere. Guy gets the tickets, shows up, serve a few drinks, let Jackie do his thing.
That's all there is to it.
And I don't know, it's always...
Somehow it got screwed up.
Well, see,
Yeah. I called an agent, and the agent called, and the guy told me no tickets were sold, and another guy called me and said all his friends bought tickets, and then the guy canceled a week before the show.
It's always a nightmare. Jackie's nightmare.
And, I don't know what happened after that, but I can't help you, fella. Call the guy who owns the local comedy club.
Hey, you're on your own.
What am I supposed to do?
It always gets into an angry, belligerent fight.
I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to him.
There's no winning.
I don't want to talk.
I'm not answering that question.
Yeah, wait, I'm not on trial here.
I had the same conversation with another guy just like you.
Right.
He's angry. It's always an angry situation.
Don't be angry at that guy. He bought a ticket.
He's a fan of yours. Why don't you try and work it out with the guy?
Hey, I told you. You call that guy who owns the local club, and then you'll know what to do.
Pal, I'll tell you what, if you're still listening.
I can't be any more clear about it.
Come to the treehouse. Come to the treehouse in Norwalk Friday night.
So we're going to plug in some more. Yeah, the guy from Cleveland.
He's going to truck all the way down to
Albany.
the treehouse.
Yeah.
And you know, and this guy.
I called the agent, and the agent didn't know what was going on, and I don't know what to tell you.
Pal.
Look, pal, I'm telling you where to get your money.
Yeah, right. And it's a cryptic kind of telling.
Okay, here's all I'm going to say. The guy owns a comedy club. He owns a club, so I'm telling you where to go.
The local comedy club.
Everyone's tapped into Jackie logic.
Local comedy? Yes, the local comedy club.
Yeah. How many times? Hey, do I have to say it any more clearly? I'm telling you how to get your money back.
The guy's got to go down there now with, like, an attorney and get his money back.
But it was supposed to be in a big arena, Jackie. But I'm telling you, the guy who put it together owns the local comedy club.
I can't spell it out for you any more clearly.
Yeah?
Tough content.
Why don't you call the guy and find out what's going on? He's doing stuff, if in fact he is doing stuff in your name, you don't know. You got to work it out with the guy.
I told you I already did that.
All right.
He's telling people I canceled. I'm telling people he canceled.
Yeah, who are these people they're telling?
No, there's no beginning to your
It's a mess. It's a nightmare. And then Nancy calls, and she found out that he's been saying stuff that isn't true about me. And then it always comes down to the performer.
Whenever something like this happens, it always comes down to the performer.
Jackie wisdom. Spinning philosophy. Grandpappy Jackie.
Look, pal.
He's angry at the guy.
You come down to the treehouse, I'll let you in for free.
Yeah, that's a real consoling thought. That's real compassion.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And that's what goes on back in that little office.
Oh, and
Jackie.
on that phone.
Yeah, on that
Absolutely.
phone. We have a jock lounge that Jackie takes over after the show, and you can hear endless conversations like that. That's why I like when these people call up on the air and do Jackie business.
Yeah.
Because I get to hear it.
Look, I pay good money for good shirts. Where are the shirts? People are telling me the letters are running.
Are you still in charge of making the shirts, or haven't you just sort of turned that over to somebody?
I can't wait to see that book.
What's he doing with the shirts?
Oh, I don't know. That was a long time ago where I heard him all with the shirt.
Yeah, the shirt business.
Beautiful.
People are telling me.
Stump the joke man t-shirt.
Those are supposed to be 100% cotton.
He's in the garment business. Jackie the joke man.
They're supposed to be pre-shrunk. The people are telling me the shirts are shrunk.
The people. What is it, Stuttering John?
There are times that me and Jackie have lunch, like we're gonna go have lunch about 11:15.
Yeah, for the Jackie bitch session after the show.
And then Jackie gets on the phone, and for 45 minutes.
Is this at the Friars Club?
No, right over here. He'll leave me just hanging in the halls waiting for him while he does these business.
Well, Jackie business, yeah.
But and then I'll go, Jack, come on. He goes, gets all angry. He goes, come on. I'm gonna.
I mean, he invites you to lunch, and then you're standing around the hall. But of course, because since he's paying for lunch,
you gotta wait.
John will wait forever.
Right, John will wait forever.
Very much.
So you wait 45 minutes for Jackie while he does Jackie business.
Jackie business, and it's nonstop call after call, and as soon as you.
And what does he talk about? Do you ever hear the Jackie business?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I told you, I'm not doing the gig unless it's the money I want. And, you know.
Yeah, right. The negotiating Jackie.
Yeah.
I have my price. But it's really funny. You know, then he has to deal with Nancy, and then he hangs up to call Nancy.
He's got a guy who's taping.
Right. And there's always trouble.
Jackie, can I say this? Is it all right?
Yeah, of course you can.
You know who Jackie's secretary is? Is Nancy's mom.
Yeah, his wife's mother.
So
that's his secretary.
How can I yell at her? She's my wife's mom.
And then Jackie always has some guy apparently in the middle of production on one of Jackie's tapes.
Yeah.
Each tape identical to the previous tape. And I don't know, there's always something. And all the tapes are is Jackie doing his stand-up act. All you have to do is take it and make a copy of it. And there's always problems with the equipment. Jackie's on the phone explaining the equipment.
Or buying cassettes.
Right. Purchasing cassettes.
Well, now his big thing is that he ordered a TV. And it's been like 5 months.
Now, what did he order the TV for his business?
I guess. It's like a big 70-inch screen.
so he can have a
Jackie, huge
Jackie.
God.
And he's in the middle of negotiating that?
Where is the TV? It's been months. We don't get it. I can't set up our new production facility.
He needs a 70-inch screen.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm sitting in the living room. We had this big space waiting for the television.
That's true.
Jackie's mom is just staring at the wall waiting for the TV to show up.
Where's Jackie?
It's like a madhouse. And Jackie constantly on the phone with equipment, like he's yelling at his wife.
Yeah.
Don't you, wait a second. Hold it. Nancy, I'm telling you, if you just hit the record button, if you hit clear on the memory. No, listen to me. If you hit clear on the memory and record, it's going to work. It's going to work. I've done it 1,000,000 times. It's so true. I swear.
Can't they hire like a company to make those tapes?
First of all, I don't know why I wouldn't hire anybody from my family to do anything for me because you're going to end up yelling at them.
Right.
And it's family stuff.
Your mother-in-law is your secretary?
That's been going on for a long time.
She's been working with us for 6 years.
Yeah, that's going on for a long time.
So what happens when she has to come to you for a raise?
She has to go to her daughter.
Is that right?
No, we treat her very well.
Yeah?
Sure.
What do you pay her?
She's getting the money anyway.
She doesn't have to join a union.
What do you pay someone like?
Your mom.
Like your mom.
Same as you pay Ganji.
Oh, yeah? That little?
Pretty insulting.
It's pretty insulting. You can get away with paying Ganji, though, not your mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's a grown woman.
That's a woman who has to feed a family. What does she do for you?
I'm staying out of this.
What?
Come on, what's your mother-in-law do for you? Seriously.
No, you guys were having a great time making it up. Why don't you just keep going?
Well, no, I'm just curious. I don't know what she does.
She works at the Off-Hour Rockers business office.
Right. And what does she do? I mean,
she sends out the mail order.
Right.
And
she mails stuff out.
Handles the West telemarketing stuff that comes in from the 800-323-KING orders.
Right.
And?
Is that it, pretty much?
Fields phone calls.
All right. I see.
Well, why are you always on the phone?
Dude, why do you have so much aggravation? Is she not doing her job properly? Can she handle stuff? I mean, why do you seem very aggravated. You seem very aggravated, but very, very mundane kind of business things. I was thinking that you're the chief operating officer.
You have to make a phone call.
No, but you're the main talent. You're the Jackie talent. Why do you have to?
Your buddy Love.
You can go into a room and close the door and make a phone call.
Right.
I don't have that liberty.
I see.
So I'm sitting there waiting for. I have to walk out there every once in a while and see if.
But when Howard
ear to the door.
When Howard does a videotape, I don't hear him arguing about the cost of each tape.
No, and you've heard me do this.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not only that. Howard talked to one person. You talked to 12 people.
No, I'm saying you're the talent. Why are you?
John, Gary had complaints that he couldn't get any calls in the office because you're on the phone during the show with 15
that's a lie.
stockbrokers.
That's a lie.
Well, none of this is lies.
This is all true. I sit there and wait for you. You know I do. For about an hour sometimes on end. Just wait and watching you. Hang up. Another one. Wait. And, it's like, come on. You know
You're always talking
to I'm sorry.
The guy who runs the club, the guy who makes the cassettes,
You gotta get an agent.
sells the T-shirts.
Because I know he's always yelling at some club guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jackie, get an agent to do that. Yeah.
You don't understand. You're asking me to show up on a Wednesday night. You can book anybody in there. I can't book Jerry Seinfeld on a Wednesday night. You can't fill a club.
Anybody can fill a club on a Saturday. You need me for a Wednesday.
Right. That's why I'm so That's all I want when I want.
You know, I got to do this radio interview, then I got to do the show. They don't want me to sleep. They don't care if I sleep. They don't care.
Yeah, who doesn't care if you sleep?
That's his latest one.
Oh, yeah?
I got to do, you know, I want me to come on and do the radio show. Then I got to do the show. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. What do you want? How am I going to do a show? I haven't slept. What am I going to do a show?
So who's he complaining to?
I don't remember. You remember when you were doing some show and there was some...
who didn't want him to sleep?
No, some affiliate, wanted to have you on to promote it like at 6 at night, but you had the show at 8, and you had to drive this. You weren't going to get any sleep before the show. You remember this? Come on.
He remembers.
Of course I do. I'm playing stupid.
That whole empire. Just watch it. Can't we just get the camera on him so I can watch him run his empire? Can we follow you around like Real World and just follow you around for like 2 days?
I'm sorry, you can't do that.
And like go home and watch you working with your mother-in-law and stuff?
I would love just to sit with him on the phone.
Hi, Mom. I mean, I can't call you Mom now because you're working. Hi, Nancy's mother.
What's your mother-in-law's name?
Eileen Snyder.
Eileen?
Hi, Eileen. I have to call you Eileen. After hours, I'll call you Mom. Now, look. You got to start doing things right, Eileen. I'm going to throw you the hell out of here.
I fire her on a regular basis.
Big company. Oh, hey, look, God bless you. You seem to be happy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Everything seems to be running smoothly.
What's going on with the 70-inch TV? Is that going to be hooked into your whole production facility, or is that just going to be for fun?
Just for entertainment?
Yeah. 70-inch, boy, that's some screen.
I ordered a big Sony TV for our living room, and we ordered it in September, and it hasn't come yet. So it's a drag.
See, aren't you glad you stayed with the show, man? Look at you buying 70-inch TVs. It's nice to be able to afford stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
You could have gone back to being a hippie on the road in those strip clubs. Now you get things like a 70-inch TV.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Who did you order it from that it takes so long to get to?
Yeah, who did you order it from? Straight from Japan?
Where'd you get that catalog?
If you order from Japan, you can get a lot of money off.
Pretty much.
What do you mean? Who waits for a TV? Wait, you ordered it when?
September.
Who'd you order from?
Who did you order it
from?
Did you order it from a regular company?
It's nobody's business.
See, he got a catalog.
Right. I know there's some story here.
Hey, look at this. Hey. I'm not going to any reputable firm.
You ordered a 70-inch TV. What brand?
Sony, he said.
Sony?
Yeah, the new Sony 61 XBR. It's beautiful.
So why can't you get it? I don't understand. Seriously, why can't you get it? What are they telling you?
It just hasn't become available yet.
They didn't make it yet.
Jackie ordered from the prototype.
Yeah.
Well, if you're willing to wait, they can reduce the price.
You can save $20.
I have a state-of-the-art television. It hasn't even been made yet.
Have they made them yet? Is that what's going on?
I have never seen one.
So why did you order
no
it?
evidence. It looked real nice in the brochure.
You saw a brochure and you ordered it, and now they haven't been able to
deliver. Did you order it directly from the company?
And we're waiting patiently.
Are there no other 70-inch TVs you could have ordered? I mean, seriously.
Probably.
Right. Why don't you call them up and threaten them? You know, you're good at that.
Again?
Yeah.
Again.
And just say, look, why don't you just order for someone else that has it in stock? Are there no dealers? Or
I'm
would
on
it, of
a
course,
first-name basis with every Sony distributor on the East Coast at this point.
Yeah.
Phone calls on me. And those phone calls John has heard.
Does anybody have a 70-inch TV that you know, a Sony 70-inch TV?
I told you, there's no evidence it exists except in the brochure.
I see.
It might be a drawing.
Did you pay for it yet?
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie.
Great.
That's evidence.
And are there 70-inch TVs other than Sony?
61-inch.
Oh, there is a 61-inch.
61-inch XBR.
Would you be willing to have one of those right now if you could get your money back and just get the 61, or you want to hold out for the 70-inch?
The 61 is what he got.
Oh, the 61 is what he got.
Yeah.
There is no other 61-inch TV around?
I don't know.
I see.
The one I paid for, and we're waiting patiently for it.
And who talked to you?
They said it might take as long as till Thanksgiving. They just didn't say which Thanksgiving.
Wow. Well, there must be some TV.
No, it was last Thanksgiving. They said it might take as long.
Oh.
Wow.
It might not get till Thanksgiving. I said, that's all right.
Well, you're a very patient man.
Sure.
All right, very good. That's Jackie business. A lot of people want to know what's going on with Jackie. Now you know everything.
And I'll be in Albany very soon.
Good. That wraps up our Jackie Hour.
Thank you very much.
I'll be contacting Elvis today. Also, the Ku Klux Klan message that everyone's been waiting for. Joan Rivers stopping by. It's a very full show. Very full show. A lot of people excited. And, yes, we will call Gary Marshall today and find out what he meant by this gift.
Excellent.
All right. We'll be back right after these words.
The Howard Stern Show.
And Jackie.
All right, Jackie's Wild Comedy CD and cassette, $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Big Joke Land special, buy two, get one free. Jackie's mother-in-law, rush that right out to you. Call 1-800-323-KING. And Friday night, January 13th, at the Treehouse Comedy Club in Norwalk, Connecticut. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service.
Could you have your mother-in-law working for you?
No. I would just give her the damn money and just say, stay home.
Yeah.
If you need it.
Or go volunteer somewhere, don't come round here no more.
Hey, I'm not just going to give her the money and make her work for it. Get cracking!
She wants to do something for money.
We got damage control. We got big problems, Eileen. Some guy called in complaining. Find out where he lives and have him killed.
Thank you, Jackie Bobby. You know, I could do a whole show just based on what goes on in the office around here. I walk out in the hall, and Ganji, my intern, and Stuttering John, my other intern, are yelling at each other because it seems Stuttering John moved from his apartment, and Stuttering John became Ganji's landlord. Ganji moved into Stuttering John's old apartment.
He did move in.
So it seems that at 11:15 last night, Ganji calls Stuttering John in the middle of the night, 11:15. For us, that's the middle of the night.
Yes.
And Ganji says, hey, the
sink is leaking.
Yeah, the sink is leaking. So John goes, it's 11:15 at night. What do you want me to do? You know, his father takes care of that usually.
Right.
Ganji lived in his father's house.
And
Dad, the sink is leaking. All right, son, I'll take care of it.
What do you want me to call a plumber?
Yeah. What does he want you to do? What?
Have some advice. That's what I wanted.
It's John. He has no advice.
Well, I should have remembered that it's John and he would have no advice. Yeah. I shouldn't have called him that. I shouldn't have called him that late. But we left a message early in the afternoon.
The place is a dump.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot more wrong than just the sink leaking.
It's been nonstop. When I first gave it to him, he goes, John, could you pay for having a new floor put in?
Because the floor.
Kidding.
Did you see the movie The Super?
No.
Did you see the movie The Super?
He doesn't own the apartment. He just rented it. You knew what the apartment was when you rented it.
No, I actually didn't. You
didn't go look at it?
No, Gorilla did, and I didn't think it was that bad because I had been in it a while ago, and it wasn't that bad. And
it was
John must have destroyed the place.
Dump.
It is a dump, but for the money he's paying, he's paying for a dump.
Yeah, right.
But hey, Robert, didn't we agree? No hassles, right? I'll give him the apartment.
I don't understand. Why did you leave your parents' house when you had a nice room, nice hot meals? You're going to go live in some dive that, there's paint chip falling off the ceiling.
Leaking. Everything's about
you got a shower in the kitchen in a tub.
There's no bathroom light.
Get out of my camera, will you? What? What?
I don't know what the hell I did.
You didn't do anything. I don't want you blocking my camera. You walked into the room and did nothing but block my camera.
No, but see, a girl left a message for an hour long about this problem, but I got home at 10:30. I'm not going to wake him up at. I don't even have his number anyway.
Ganji, why would you leave your parents' house? To do what? To suffer through every night of taking a shower in hell?
I just didn't. I don't know.
You don't think about anything, do you?
Absolutely, I did. I thought
You're
more
so
hard
stupid.
about that.
He works out on Long Island with you. He's still working out there, right?
So and then that's it. Don't even go into that.
Oh my
The other job is that he works for me out on Long Island. That's really his job. I let him come in here and play pretend he's a cameraman.
Right. So now he's got to commute.
So now he has to come from the city out to my house and then go back out to the city. He's just like a walking no thinking wall.
That was my choice.
Then he says to us yesterday, I would prefer not to come out to the house anymore.
Oh my God!
I would rather do my work in the city. I go, what does this guy think before he acts? Does he?
No,
you think before you act?
Listen,
you're crazy. You got a job out on Long Island.
I did think about it. Would you be quiet for a second? Can you give me 2 seconds to talk?
You are so poorly thought
I prefer did not come out of my mouth. Second of all, I was just trying to save.
Why don't you get an apartment in Philadelphia? It's much cheaper there. And then you can commute to New York. Howard, none of your jobs. Go as far from where your jobs are as possible.
I would have rather had, Kathy Tobin wanted the place. I wanted her to have it. Cause
you would have had no problems.
I know it would be no problems.
Why did you let him do it?
Because I felt bad, and I felt like I'd be being.
Gorilla has no job. He has no money.
Gorilla's not in the apartment.
Yeah,
Gorilla's in there too.
He is.
He is. He moved in also.
Oh my God.
It's a nightmare.
He's got 2 guys who make no money in his apartment.
So first Gorilla calls me, and then I'm sure Gorilla said, listen, I already called him, Ganji, and then you call him. And then Ganji called me.
No, how did you end up as a landlord?
And then you
what I
called me
want to
mad. You did a very mad sense of your voice, like, John, the sink is leaking, pick up. The sink is leaking.
I didn't say, look at your answering machine message. I said, John, pick up if you're there. John,
but you were mad. Be honest. You were a little mad.
No, absolutely not. I was just hanging out all night.
11:15 at night. He knows you were asleep.
I know. I was.
Because he wasn't even home all night. So I thought he just got home.
I remember the famous last words. Once we get the apartment, we'll never have to bother John again. All we'll have to do is pay him rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen. Last night, Ganji.
So whose responsibility is it to get the sink fixed?
No, I can get it fixed, but not at
I know when I rented apartments, I had to get the sink fixed.
Yeah, but no, I can...
No. You call the landlord.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I can probably get it fixed, but not at 11:30 at night. I mean, who am I going to call 11:30?
I don't know, man. I've actually rented apartments where it was like they rent you the apartment, and if something goes wrong, you get a guy in to fix stuff. You have to pay him. My landlord never took care of it.
I don't know. It seems to me that the landlord is responsible for repairs to a building he owns.
But
he doesn't own it.
But he's taking responsibility. Then he has to call somebody.
No, I know, but 11 o'clock, no one's going to be around. It's an office hours. And plus, Howard, get a load of this.
Yeah.
It doesn't leak if they don't turn the sink on.
Right.
So it's the only sink we have.
All right, so you can't wait till 5 o'clock in the morning.
I can't brush my teeth.
Bring it to work. We have to get me up at 11:30, bring it to the brush to work, and then I'll call at 9 o'clock.
Why do you need this aggravation, John?
I don't, and I told him...
Are you making any money on this?
Well, not really. That's a little bit, you know.
A little
stipend.
Stipend?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, well, you should. I mean, if you're going to put up with this kind of nonsense...
If you're making money, they
But believe me, Howard, people have offered me a lot more than they're paying. So,
really?
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, even Kathy Topin.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, you know, but I thought I'd be a nice guy. But,
good luck with that.
You got baby Ganji living in.
Yeah, baby Ganji's used to having stuff done for him. You don't understand.
I don't know how, you know, it's a 6th floor walk up. I don't see Ganji doing that for too much longer.
I can handle that.
Find any more of John's drugs in the apartment?
Just toenails. Just a lot of toenails.
Oh.
I had to practically, like, I was on my hands and knees with the vacuum sucking up the carpet because there was so many toenails in it. It was so.
What are you doing, man? You could have had your mom vacuuming for you. What are you doing?
You had the life.
This is why he does it, because you make fun of him for living with his mother, so now this is why.
He had a great scene. He had a great room.
But you make fun
all
of him.
the meals.
He was close to work.
But you make fun of him, so you want...
I don't make fun of him at all.
What is this deal he wants to work in the city now?
Yeah, so now he says,
"Oh no, I could do the work in the city because it's a hard thing to get all the way out to Long Island."
I said, I don't need this guy anymore. I'll get somebody else to come to Long Island. Just get out. Get out of my life.
I wish we could tape record everything.
Why?
Because that's not the truth.
All right, okay. Maybe I'm hearing it all wrong.
Exactly.
Tell me what you want to do.
What did you ask?
What did you say?
That's what I said. Because while I'm here at the show, right, I do articles when I'm not doing.
He's working on putting some articles
together. Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, I'm doing articles here, and then I travel 2 hours out the island and do articles there. I was like, why can't I cut out the 2 hours?
The reason you travel 2 hours is because now you...
Well, I have to take the train.
Yeah, but you travel 2 hours because it used to be on your way home. Now you got to stay in the city.
It has nothing to do with that.
Of course it does.
No, it's still
used to go home every day.
2 hours in between.
Yeah, of course.
And so instead of taking 2 hours where
because
I'm
you know what?
on a train and stuff,
because Ganji can't work on his own, he has to be supervised.
Is that why you have to have
of course.
Okay.
That's such a crock. I work on my own so much.
Oh, you're so slow,
God.
Ganji.
I'm slow. That's such a crock, and
you did 15
it.
articles yesterday.
Yeah.
4 hours.
There was also 900 guests here.
Yeah.
I'm running in between. I'm logging tapes. Yeah, okay.
I hired you to work at my house because you were right there. In other words, you were at my house.
Right.
I needed you to just, like, if the phone rings sometimes to pick it up, or if I have a videotape.
Right.
So who wants you in the city unsupervised doing nothing? He's wacky. He's wacky. So he moves into the city when he's supposed to be working out with me, and now it's a problem for him because he's got to commute both ways now.
I thought I'd be saving 2 hours where I could work.
No, don't save 2 hours. Do me a favor, don't think.
Why didn't you discuss this before you moved?
He doesn't. That's the point. He doesn't.
Discuss what?
Discuss where you're going to live.
I thought it was a good idea. I said, you know what?
But you didn't
I'm wasting
discuss it
2 hours a day commuting. I was like, I could be working on during those 2 hours.
Hey, Ganji, what if I just start paying you because you breathe?
Can you do that?
Yeah, why don't I just do that? Every time you take a breath, I'll pay you.
Okay.
All right? Because that's worthwhile to me.
Ganji, do you want to
I told you you're worthwhile to me if you're at my house. If you're not there, then go get another job. Leave me alone already.
Howard,
I was doing a good thing.
No,
there was
you're not
2
doing
hours,
anything good.
2 hours during the day that was wasted commuting.
Listen to this.
His work is out there, but he wants to be doing it here. He wants to recreate his job. I don't need you here. I need you out there. So why would you take an apartment in the city?
Howard, he used to drive back into Long Island.
Because I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning at the island to get in here.
Yeah.
And I'm getting pretty sick of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
All right, so then you have no problem.
Here I get up at 5.
You don't have to get up at 3 o'clock.
Now you don't have to get up. Now you're getting up. What time do you get up now?
5.
All right, so there you go.
But now he spends 2 hours in traffic coming back to the city because it's rush hour.
Right.
But
and 2 hours in traffic going out to my house.
I'd rather do it at night than in the morning.
Fine, then you're doing it.
Right, exactly. That's exactly why I moved
All right, good. So get out. You make no sense. I can't get competent help.
That's the problem.
I'm trying to do the best I can for you. You came to me. You couldn't get a job anywhere. I tried to create some source of income for you. I'm doing my best for you.
And you
I'm
keep trying to get out of that.
And you keep trying to get out of it. So get out of it already. Go live with Gorilla. He makes no money. He's doing just fine.
A good thing. I said
all right, you're doing good. All right,
wasted.
thank you. Turn off your microphone. Goodbye. All right, get out. Get out.
He wants to work by himself, huh?
Yeah. Wants to work on his
He
own.
feels that he's ready to go off on his own.
Yeah, he thinks he's going to accomplish something on his own.
Talking about me.
Call Stuttering John. He'll figure it out. All right, John. Thank you. Stuttering John, the landlord. I tell you something. It's very funny, the whole thing. I want to play the Ku Klux Klan message. I don't want to talk to these guys anymore. I got to take a break.
I hate to say I'm psychic, but I told John that's exactly what would happen to him.
Yeah. He's getting calls at 11 o'clock at night. From the two nitwits. Instead of them just calling a plumber and then sending the bill to John or something,
it's the middle of the afternoon. They can't get a hold of John. Get it fixed.
Yeah.
No, they're calling at 11:30 at night, still asking John what to do.
Right.
Oh, it's just starting. Wait till they lock themselves out.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
I told him he'd have him on there all the time.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Sorry.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1 The Eagle.
7:35 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. It's 7:40 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. And now, we're back with Cable Ace Award nominee, Howard Stern.
Hey, quickly, before I play the Ku Klux Klan message...
Awards are coming up soon,
That's what I'm about to talk about. Before I play the Ku Klux Klan message, let me just say that the Cable Ace Awards are Sunday. Now, I'm up for a Cable Ace Award.
This Sunday?
Yeah, so Mark Cronin got in touch with me and said, hey, you know, if you want, I'm living out in California, I'll put on the OJ mask and run up there and accept your award if you win. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. So then I called Fran Shea from the E! Network. I said, hey, Cronin will go up there with the OJ mask. She goes, no, he's too immature. I said,
Why did you tell her about the OJ mask?
Well, she didn't want Cronin up there because he's just immature anyway.
Oh, without the mask.
Yeah, she doesn't care if he wears the mask. She just doesn't want. She went, no, not Cronin. So then I said, well, she said she'll go up and accept it, and we can write the speech for her. I said, yeah, but you're not going to read what I want. I mean, I want, like, my breasts are aglow with happiness.
Yeah.
She said, well, you'd be surprised what I'd read.
Really?
That's what she said. I know, it's the new Wild Fran.
Oh, turning over a new leaf in 95.
Yeah, Luba. Mrs. Gingrich, what do you think of that?
Wow. Is it okay if I smoke in here?
Yes, it's fine. Go ahead, honey.
I got a big white telephone pole to light up.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, so we have to decide what we want to do. Like, we could have Elephant Boy go out there and accept. I mean, first of all, I probably won't win because all those Hollywood people would never vote for me. Even though I'm up against the lamest shows in the country.
Yeah, Larry King.
Yeah, Larry King. But this is the first time I've ever been up for, like, a legitimate award. It's actually, like, I think these award shows are shown on cable television somewhere.
Yeah, I think a couple of different cable stations take it.
I would fly out if I could be assured that I'm going to win. I just don't want to be sitting there like a loser while Larry King gives his acceptance speech.
Right.
I refuse to participate in that.
You know, it would be funny, though, if you caused a big scene if you lost, like, you know, storming out.
This is crap.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be good.
Real good.
Yeah.
Go up anyway.
I don't, knock him down.
Race him for the award.
Yeah, this is really mine. You people know my show is better than his.
Screw you people, this is my award.
I beat him in the ratings, the mass is accepted, this is lies. This is just because you don't want to give me an award. Oh, that would be something.
You should do it.
To hell with the Ace.
I know it sounds
like I don't feel like flying to California.
The greatest moment on any award show this year was when that guy from the Beastie Boys ran up and just dressed as a Swedish guy.
That was funny.
You should just go and do it.
Dress up as a Swedish guy. More Swedish guys. Yeah, but the point is I got to fly all the way out to California, and I'm not assured of a win, and, you know. And the reality of being a dickhead who runs up to the damn podium and knocks Larry King down and starts accepting his award.
It's more exciting.
Yeah, it's more exciting in here.
Fantasy.
Yeah, right.
Than it is in reality.
In reality, you know, I don't want two, you know, big black bodyguards knocking me down or something.
You'd be wrestled to the stage and pummeled.
Yeah, I don't want to be dragged off like some goof.
Be the new Rodney King.
Yeah. Get beaten up outside.
Send Elephant Boy and just tell him to go up no matter.
Yeah, well, that's the other option. We can do an Elephant Boy thing, or which would be really fun.
But you got to program him right. You can't tell him to wrestle with him.
So here's our option. I could make an issue and send the immature Mark Cronin. But actually, Fran, I mean, was the executive producer of the show, and quite frankly, it wasn't me who was nominated. It was the show that was nominated, even though I was the show.
Yeah, I don't know how they missed you.
Well.
Fran's too tame and too normal, even if you give her something wild to say.
Yeah, I know. Like, she can't even come on here and talk.
She won't come on the radio.
She's a nice, normal person.
Yeah,
we need
too
wacky.
normal. But she's trying to convince me yesterday that she's wacky. Like, she's saying, you know, there's a wild side to me. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but she'll be editing that speech as she goes along.
Right.
I bet.
Right.
Bitch. She's a bitch.
Mrs. Gingrich, are you calling Fran a bitch?
She's a bitch.
Are you saying Newt said that, or you're saying that?
My Nudie said it, and I said it. She's a sexy bitch, though. I want another cigarette.
All right, now, what?
We have a full, Joan Rivers is here.
Oh, all right. Then I'll play the Ku Klux Klan message after Joan splits.
Joan's got a full agenda.
Oh, really? What is she promoting? I thought she's retired.
No. She's got a lot of stuff going on.
Is her constant companion here?
Is this where Joan comes in and tries to convince us she's still working?
Well, she's doing seminars, so I asked her what the seminars are about.
Really? Oh, about suicide?
Yeah.
Oh.
And suicide and success.
Suicide and success.
Being successful at suicide?
That's not what she said.
Pro or con?
Isn't she starting the 7th network? The Suicide Network?
And she's got a comedy show, and then she's going to be on QVC.
Right.
A comedy show?
Oh, yeah, does she?
No, she's doing comedy shows.
You mean she's doing good. Yeah, she's great stand-up.
Touring.
I told her, get off all that jewelry crap and get back into the clubs.
Still doing that.
She loves that jewelry.
I wonder what's in the collection this year.
You want to bring her in?
Yeah.
Yeah, we better bring her in. She gets all upset if we keep her waiting.
Yeah, we better apologize.
So what do you think we ought to do?
Profusely for not being at or not RSVPing her Christmas tea.
You think we ought to go? You think we ought to go with Elephant Boy or
That's
what?
a better bet than Fran.
Yeah, Fran's a sure no funny.
And you tell all of those producers to step back and let Elephant Boy speak.
Right.
He's got to give the speech.
Here's Joan Rivers, everybody. What do you mean you have a CBS series? I haven't seen it.
It's going to be on September, Howard. I don't come in mid-season.
You really do have a CBS series?
Nighttime? Warner Brothers and CBS. Grow up.
You look terrific.
Is it nighttime she talks?
You look sexy.
I have so much to talk to you about. Hi, guys. Hi, Robin, my darling.
Good morning.
I brought my own
We still can't believe that Joan Rivers even likes us.
I love that she likes us.
Yeah, it's cool.
Robert to do my hair the whole time I'm on.
What are you doing now?
I have my hairdresser with me, Robert Chu.
Why do you need him?
Because I'm on television with you now, so he's going to do my hair while I'm on.
Your hair looks fine.
He's going to keep it looking fine.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm saying that I want to look good because...
Does she need constant upkeep at this point?
What are you going to do? You have a guy comb your hair the whole time you're on?
The whole time I'm on.
Oh, he's fixing your hair while you have headphones on?
Yes.
For the headphones.
It looks fine. You got so much spray in that hair, it can't even move. Look at that. It doesn't even move that hair when the headphones go on.
Excuse me.
Your hair doesn't move.
It moves...
How much hairspray do you spray into her head in the morning?
About a... What's
that? What's your name, Robert?
Robert.
What are you, Oriental?
You figured that out? They told you.
What clued you in?
You're Joan's hairdresser?
And
Good for you.
Love her.
And she travels around with you? Really?
Yes.
So it's like a full-time gig?
And he's straight.
Are you straight, really? Really?
Robert, you can stay in here. So, Robert.
I would have thought maybe you weren't straight.
He's already beating a hasty retreat.
You know, he looks like Judge Ito's bald brother.
He needs a beard. And
he's wonderful.
You like your job? Where'd he go?
He's my hairdresser, and he goes.
He does a great job on you. I got to admit.
Kenneth cuts my hair without and colors it.
One thing about Joan, she puts herself together beautifully.
That she does.
She's no spring
And
chicken.
she's all
Thank you, Howard.
It's true.
What decade are you in now, Joan?
I'm what are we going to be, 100, Dorothy?
No, what age are you admitting to? Joan lies about her
I'm
age.
going to lie and say I'm older. I'm the only person.
You're in your late 40s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
All right.
But she's become a sex symbol all of a sudden. You see her in this in these outfits now with the legs showing, the breasts showing.
When you reach my age, anything is still there.
Right. No, but she looks terrific for a woman who used to babysit David Brenner. Be honest. Isn't that true? Tell the truth.
I didn't babysit him.
You didn't?
I
thought you had.
I love David so much. He's my very good friend.
First of all, you look terrific.
First of all,
you're
I'm very
a stunning-looking woman. I mean, you really have become. You've become a sex symbol.
I brought you something. I came from Arizona. They love you. How about my car breaks? They give me a rental car with no plates, license plates.
How could that happen to Joan
I'm
Rivers?
not lying.
Oh, that's a horrible thing.
All over Arizona.
It's terrible, Robin.
No, they know who she is.
That's not right.
I drove
Don't they know who you are out there?
10 days to Arizona.
Yeah.
And that one cop stopped me.
Is that right?
But if that had been my car, I would be locked up next to O.J. writing a book.
Of course. Listen,
Did
Joan.
you get the book?
Let me just say something.
Yeah.
First of all, it was very gracious of you to invite us. Look at the size of her sunglasses.
I know.
What do you think? You're not going to look good on TV?
Howard, I don't even know where your cameras
Take off your
are.
sunglasses.
I'm not taking off my sunglasses.
What do you think? You're going to look
I'm
bad?
going to blow my career for your camera.
Why? You think you're going to look old? What do you think is going to happen if you take off those
I'm going
sunglasses?
to be on CBS next September. I want them to remember me as a young, vital, sexy woman.
And you think if you take off your sunglasses,
They'll
you'll
get
look
the
old?
truth.
Why? You have bags under your eyes?
Bags?
Do you?
One is Louis Vuitton, the other is Gucci.
No, come on, really. Do you have bags under your eyes?
I check my eyes through when I travel.
Dorothy, what is the point of Joan wearing a big giant sunglasses?
Because I see how close those cameras come.
Yeah. And what do you think is going to happen?
No one should be photographed that closely.
Well, why doesn't Joan just put a sack over her head when she walks in? Why should we see her face? Why show your nose or mouth?
That's what Edgar used to do.
I know. Now, let me talk
That's
to
how
you.
he had his heart attack. I took the bag off one time.
Oh. By the way, that's what happened to Edgar. He did himself in. It's true.
Can you imagine?
Oh.
I took the bag off to his face.
Well, let's admit that when Edgar was alive, but let's be honest, there's some truth in that. When Edgar was alive, you didn't take care of yourself like this.
Excuse me.
You never gave the man a reason to live. I mean, you should have seen the way Joan looked when Edgar was alive. I've seen the old night shows.
Yeah, let me just say that.
She does not look as good as she does
When
now.
you're married 20 years, you relax a little more.
You sure do.
Your
and
thighs
now
applaud you when you get up. You know, it's a different thing.
you love this being single, and there's no one that you are having a good time. And your constant companion, I understand, is
Spike.
No, I know who that is.
I don't have a constant companion.
Oh, come on, it's in the papers.
Oh, you believe the papers?
All right, here's the point.
I just want to ask, you believe the papers? Judge
Yes.
Ito could give him the New York Post to read because I'll never get news.
All right, listen to me. That's good.
That's a good joke.
That is a good joke.
See, when anyone does a joke around here, they all turn silent.
Right. It's not an easy room.
The writers get, wait a second, we should have given that to Howard.
Right. Let me ask you a question. Okay, you...
Hi, darling.
You were, hello, my sweet love.
Happy New Year.
Right. Now, Joan, let me ask you something. You were gracious this year and invited us to your Christmas
I
party.
invited you to my Christmas party. And
then you called up and you yelled because we didn't RSVP properly. Which you were right. We were rude.
I didn't yell.
Well,
I just want you to know the caterer charged me per head.
What happened this year? Did you serve any food?
Yes, Howard. We served food. We had 135 people. Phil Spector came and played.
Really?
It was exciting. He brought his own, what do you call those things? Those
keyboard.
Keyboard. And the Gray Men's Choir sang, and I had a psychic. It was a great
The Gray Man's Choir? Oh, the Gay Men.
But they were older, so it was the Gray Men's Choir.
You had the Gay Men's Chorus at your party?
Sure.
I was reading about that in the paper, and I thought, oh my God, this is the one we should have been to.
This is what you have to come to. When they sing Just My Bill, they all pull out a picture.
Really? Wait a second. See, Joan invited me one year to this Christmas party.
He'll never get over this, because I did it right.
The only one who was there was Cindy Adams.
Yeah. You came early. That was the first one.
I came early, and I stayed the whole time.
This is my fifth party. It's grown into a...
And Cindy Adams, that obnoxious, filthy yenta, who sits there and makes a living off other people's pain and suffering.
This woman is very funny. She writes a very funny column.
Oh, does she?
A very good column.
All right. Well, she must be nice to you.
she's very nice to you, Howard.
Did you think it was a funny column when she complimented Imelda Marcos and all those, after raping the Philippine people all those years? That she says, well, Imelda Marcos was nice to me,
She
so...
did not say that. All she said is Imelda Marcos has great taste in shoes.
Yeah, well, okay, listen.
Hitler wore a uniform well.
Well,
I mean, everybody...
that's true. You got a point there. Now,
Everybody
Cindy,
has their good points.
You know what I'm saying?
Joan, I don't think you look old with your glasses off.
I don't think I look over my glass off either, Howard. I'll show you when they take the camera down.
All right, I certainly will want to see that. Now,
meanwhile, I went to Arizona and I pull in with no license plates, and the guy comes out and he says, "I'll do anything to help you if you say hello to Howard Stern." They love you in Arizona.
I'm not on in Arizona.
I told you we were.
I am.
I'm sorry, Carefree Arizona.
Are they running our show in Arizona?
Yeah.
Maybe the TV show.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Hello to Howard Stern. I'm sorry, Carefree Arizona.
Well, I'm trying to get on in there. So
You
anyway,
can't get on in Arizona?
what are you doing in Arizona, by the way?
I went to see
Canyon Ranch?
No, I went to Wickenburg, which has real cowboys.
You went to Wickenburg?
You have to go. It's real.
What do you mean? You traveled? You took a
drove
vacation,
around Arizona,
and that was fun.
and it was great.
And what do you mean? You drive yourself
I
around?
drive myself. I took Melissa, and we went.
And now Melissa is now Melissa Rivers.
Melissa's Melissa Rivers.
Because I noticed on the invitation to your party it was Joan and Melissa Rivers. So Edgar has been completely wiped out. His Rosenberg name is completely gone now.
May I say something,
There's
Howard?
no one honoring Edgar.
Excuse me.
I'm taking...
It would be better to say
We're
Joan.
the only ones who keep his name alive.
You and cross out the name Edgar.
No.
The man is dead.
No, but
Let him rest in
Melissa should be Melissa Rosenberg. This is wrong.
Melissa is Melissa Rivers.
This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I'm sorry. Everyone else thinks it's outrageous. They're afraid to say anything to Joan.
Why did you become Howard Rosenberg?
No, because he's not my father.
How do you know?
Believe me, I wish he was. I would have backed the Brinks
truck.
truck.
Your mother was doing?
No, I don't know that. I'm saying that I take my father's name. Melissa has to be Melissa Rosenberg.
But Melissa wants to be Melissa Rivers because she says she likes me and she wants to emulate me. And that's very sweet.
You don't feel she's embarrassed by the ethnicity of his name?
Probably.
Yeah, that's probably it. But,
I told her to put a Von in front of it.
And what happens at the party? When Robin and I went through your apartment, we did not see any pictures of Edgar.
Oh, not so.
No?
Not so.
I don't remember one.
We don't remember one.
Well, look, the way you guys go to my party.
The ones that are face down don't count.
Yeah, right.
Robin, you were so busy putting things in your pocket. You couldn't put the big picture frame.
Is Edgar really represented in the pictures in the house?
Of course.
He is?
Of course.
We have looked
to go
long
back.
and hard.
One with the crown
to go back.
So wait a second. You had the Gay Men's Choir at your party this year, and you served food. You had a caterer?
I always have a caterer.
No.
How big was the treat?
Were there finger sandwiches or regular
finger
food?
Sandwiches, all kinds of hors d'oeuvres. And then if you went into the dining room, which you didn't go into the first time you were there, there was major food in there.
She invited us. I show up, and I'm real excited because no one had.
We went into that dining room that time.
And all there was cakes and pies, which Joan don't eat.
Watercress sandwich.
That was it. Watercress. What is watercress sandwiches? What is a watercress,
You know
Joan?
what hurts me, Howard?
Makes a party like
Nothing
Goyim.
is rubbed off on you with this success.
No, you try to act like you're a society woman. Tell the truth.
You try to buy a house in Locust Valley. They don't even talk to Jews there.
I am saying that you. I am saying.
Howard Stern.
Wait a second. No, I'm saying.
You would dial 911. They would give you the wrong number.
No, I'm saying
That's
that.
a Jew
I'm
bird.
saying. Heck yeah. And what I'm saying is that.
Talking about society, the man is moving into Locust Valley.
No, I'm not.
They won't even let a Jew go to the bathroom in Locust Valley.
Wait a second. Can I?
You ring the door.
I don't know.
Make a tinkle.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Anything.
All right. You have to admit that most Jewesses do not. That's you. Do not make a party where they serve finger sandwiches and nothing else. That's basically a very waspy thing.
Howard.
You threw a tea. You're inviting me to your house at 4 o'clock. I get there at 4, like you say on the invitation.
Right.
I'm there till 7 o'clock.
Yes.
I don't have a dinner. I don't have. I didn't get served anything but
dinner,
drinks, and sandwiches, but not even a good sandwich.
It
was like meat was against the law.
Right.
I mean, it was.
I have no meat at this party.
What was it? I mean, what is this? What is this?
It was very good sandwich. You just didn't know where to look.
Is that right?
This year, Dorothy, did everybody have a great time?
Everyone had a great time.
Was there lots of
turkey
food?
and roast
Really?
sandwiches and big
And all in
slabs
your
of prime
honor.
ribs.
Really? So you had some good food.
Howard was here.
We said Howard.
And what
Howard,
celebrities
Howard,
were at your party? What celebrities were at your party?
The Baldwin brothers.
Is that right?
It was
Sharon Stone.
No.
More celebrities than you've ever seen.
No, come on. Who was there? Who was there that I would know?
Senator Moynihan.
Was he really?
Oh, Giuliani dropped by.
Is that true?
Yeah. I happen to have the
Do you think she's telling the truth?
I remember there was. I don't remember these names.
You're saying Sharon Stone was there?
Sharon Stone.
You're lying, though.
Why would I lie to you?
Why are you doing that?
Why would I lie?
Say, I swear on Edgar's life.
I swear on Edgar's life.
I swear on the memory of Edgar
I
that Sharon
swear-
Stone was at my party.
that on the memory of Edgar that Sharon Stone was thinking about coming.
Oh, all right. There you go. See, I know how to get to you.
Yeah.
All right, now wait a second. Let me do a plug here for you. Just calm down.
All right,
there's no rush.
gift.
I'm going to take a break here.
Fine, Howard.
Okay, so I can see without your sunglasses. I want to see if the image falls apart once the glasses come off. Joan Rivers is conducting, here's a party, seminars on suicide.
Oh, boy. No, on survival.
Whatever. Cherry Hill.
I would like to survive like Joan. Where can I go to this seminar?
Yeah, I'm hoping someone in my family
how to get through
kills themselves, and then I have tons of money and have parties and tons of boyfriends.
That's right.
Right?
I want to have a Christmas tea.
It's for anyone that's going through any kind of trauma in their life.
There was no trauma there. You are having the time of your life. This is the best thing that ever happened to you.
I'm going through hell right now.
You have never had better sex
Joan
in your
went
life.
shopping. Huh?
Yeah, Joan went shopping.
You
went shopping.
We saw that movie.
Is that what you tell people in the seminar?
I tell people you do whatever.
Yeah, Edgar kills himself and Joan goes shopping.
I saw the movie.
You do it.
Admit you went shopping after.
Of course I went shopping.
That doesn't sound like you were all
I
set.
took my daughter and I said, if that's going to make my child smile, I'm going to buy her anything she wants in the world.
Really?
Damn right.
Well, take it easy. Okay, no one's looking. That's it. Believe me, her therapy was counting her own money.
Oh.
That was it.
Made her feel better.
Yeah,
right
not
away.
kidding. Let me go to the bank and count my money. No money. Okay.
My
All right.
company went bankrupt.
Yeah, sure. All right, Joan Rivers.
You and Susan Powder. Everybody's working and going bankrupt.
You know that, Dorothy? No. Yeah.
She went bankrupt?
Yeah.
Yeah, she filed bankruptcy.
Stop the insanity. Give me back my money.
Yeah. Mrs. Gingrich, what do you think of that?
She's a bitch.
All right.
She really is a bitch.
Did you hear that Newt Gingrich's daughter called Chelsea Clinton a bitch?
Is that true? I can't believe that. Is that true, Mrs. Gingrich?
I don't know. What are you asking me for?
All right.
Mama Gingrich.
All right, Joan Rivers is having a seminar. If you would like to learn what to do.
Tell me where.
Okay.
So I can be there.
How many people, though, have had someone in their family commit suicide? It's got to be a small group. It is suicide.
I give the seminar.
Are you a motivational speaker? Is that what you've become?
That's what it's become.
Is that right?
And I make no money. We non-profit.
What do you mean no money?
We figure out how much the room costs, and then we figure out how many people can come in, and we divide that, and that's what you pay to come in.
So where's the angle?
The angle is...
What am I not seeing here?
I swear...
There's an angle. There's an angle.
I'm doing Vegas. I'm doing Atlantic City. I'm doing a new book. I'm doing a TV show. I like to go out and help people.
All right.
Howard, it's giving back.
Really?
You don't understand this.
No, I don't buy that concept.
You're a very selfish person.
Well, tell
you know
me
what you ought to do? Here's what I was
you
thinking
should have
Joan should
given
do.
your book to people free.
Yeah, I'm going to do that next time. All right, now on QVC, if you would sell like guns and arsenic and razor blades, and then you go out and help them after they kill themselves.
Sell cigarettes.
Hey, let me tell you something. Thank you, Mrs. Gingrich. The seminar is in Cherry Hill Holiday Inn. You all get together with a bunch of depressed people, and Joan will make you feel good.
Boy. Yes.
So it's January 16th, and you call 1-800-321-6200. Now, then Joan takes this happy show up to the White Plains Holiday Inn, January 17th.
That's right.
And you can call 1-800-647-5300. Anybody who's depressed or...
Depressed, you've had a bad time with life or something.
You think you can help the average person?
You know what, Robert?
Like someone could relate.
I get through.
You think someone could relate to you?
My tips.
What is a tip? Give me a tip.
A tip is you don't look back. You can't change. Go
Really?
forward.
That's what you say?
Yes. And people go, that's right.
Really?
Hey, that makes sense.
I thought one of the tips was lots of hairspray.
Bring your hairdresser with you. That's what it is.
You look terrific. Sunglasses and hairspray. All right, and now on the comedy Joan Rivers. There's two Joan Rivers now.
Yes.
There's motivational speaker, the helping who gives back, and then there's the comedy show who takes and makes you laugh. That's at the Desert Inn. That's the Joan I want to see.
I like that show.
January 31st through February 5th, and also she'll be on QVC January 27th, 28th, and 29th.
What are we having in this year's collection?
Well,
wait till we get back.
It's better and better.
Wait till we get back. I got to hear this.
I have a pin that you're going to go crazy for.
Yeah?
All hearts.
I want you to answer a question when we get back. Think about it during the commercial.
Fine.
What happens if you mix up your two speeches? When you go to do the comedy show and you
Or
start
you do
talking
your
about suicide.
stand-up.
Right.
If I go to do the comedy show, I start talking about suicide. Half of them won't even get it.
Right.
If I do the suicide show and start making jokes, they'll say, boy, I have a good time. That was a real good motivation.
After a joke, she yells out, don't kill yourself. All right, Joan Rivers is here. There's a lot of excitement in the room. Big celebrity comes in, pals around with us. That's always exciting. And we'll be back with more palling around right after this.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
Hey, let me tell you about something great. I was just talking to Joan Rivers about Brother P-Touch. You're not going to believe she uses one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is the label maker. She has an office in her house, and she has to label her video cassettes. Does
she have the P-Touch?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wonderful.
Everyone has one. They've sold over 1 million of them. Over 1 million. That's more than those faux B pins that Joan sells.
I don't know.
In fact, they traded me one for a B pin.
That's right. No, the Brother P-Touch is great. It's the size of like a cigar box. You type into it any label that you want. And out comes a professionally printed label. It looks like you went insane and hired a printer for your video cassette labels, your audio cassettes, your file folders, whatever, your jars, whatever it is you label. This is what the Brother P-Touch does. As a matter of fact, to celebrate this milestone of selling more than 1 million Brother P-Touches, Brother P-Touch makes the following offer. You call them at 1-800-8-BROTHER. If you've bought a P-Touch, you can laugh at this, Joan, but it's no more silly than the jewelry you're selling.
Watching you sell out.
All right, here we go. We all have to do it.
I know, but when you do it, I don't make remarks.
You know that Joan has to label each pair of her sunglasses with the P-Touch?
I use the Brother P-Touch.
Do you really? Anyway, Joan, I don't consider this selling out, by the way. This is important information.
Fine, Howard.
This is like a news. This is a service. This is what happens. This is a special CD of million-selling hits that they'll give you free if you purchase a P-Touch after November 1st.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Another Howard Stern Show. It's endless. Most people do a show and then they get to go off into the sunset.
Where's our hiatus?
I don't know. Where's my hiatus already?
Why can't I hear Robin well?
Oh, I'm the only important one on the show.
Is that the way I hear her on the radio?
No,
too?
there's something wrong with you.
You can hardly hear me.
Yeah, we keep her level down so I can be heard better.
I see her lips moving.
Can you really not hear her?
I can't really hear her.
I think you're getting old. That's the problem.
That's probably what it is. What'd you say?
Robin, can you shout to Joan?
Hello?
Can you hear her now?
No, keep going.
There's something obviously wrong with the headphone feed.
Yeah, well, I think they did this to me. They did this to you purposely, Robin, because this is your last
This
week.
is why the guests never respond to me.
That's why.
That's true. They can't hear you.
Just enough.
Uh-huh.
It's like you whispering.
All right,
no
you'll
one
hear
ever pointed this out to me before.
Yeah.
Because they're scared to.
Joan Rivers is here. We're hearing about her seminars on death. Our various...
Not death. She's not telling people how to die.
She's going to choose how to succeed no matter how bad things are.
Yeah.
Joan was at the bottom of the barrel when Edgar died, and now she's back.
I was bad. And last winter was terrible. Me too. My play closed, and my show went off.
But what's the big deal?
And the people that bought my jewelry company went into bankruptcy.
Now, I read about this. You know about this, Robin?
What?
I read an article on this. I meant to ask you.
Great. We did $100 million last year. And the SOB who bought the company...
You're a terrible businesswoman, aren't you?
Yeah.
You are, aren't you?
I'm creative. I'm not a good businesswoman.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
So Joan has this jewelry business where she sells all the bees and stuff.
And I remember the big sale.
Right. So she's selling a lot of stuff.
But she sold the business to this company.
She sold the business, and she didn't accept any money. She took stock in the company.
Already stupid.
All right. So so instead of accepting money, she took stock. Yeah, right. This is Joan.
Taking the Brooklyn Bridge.
So now Joan took stock in the company, according to an article I read.
That's right.
And they gave her like 2 million shares in the company.
Yeah. To be rich.
Which was at $7 a share. The company was valued at $7 a share. So
when Joan went in.
When Joan went in. So now she's worth, on paper, $14 million.
And going up, because my jewelry company was so terrific, which still is.
So why you had to sell it, I don't know.
Howard, because if somebody offered you that kind of money and you...
But there was no money. It was just on paper.
They offered you stock.
Did you check out the company and everything?
Yes, we checked out the company.
And the company was solid?
Ha-ha.
What? What?
Oh, I can't talk because the SEC and all that is into it now.
FCC, the worst there is.
That would be the SEC.
All right, I see. Well, I hate the FCC. Anyway, so Joan then takes... Listen to this deal. So the guy says, in other words, here, I'm going to give you $14 million, which is really zero.
Couldn't she take a little bit of it in money, cash?
No, of course not. Because if anybody put up money, it would have been a real deal. So they hand her a piece of paper. They say, now I own your company. Here.
Yeah,
this is what they did.
Go home. Take these.
In other words, Robin, let's say you have something of value.
Mm-hmm.
I say to you, here, Robin, here's a piece of paper.
I say to you, I'm not giving you what I got.
No, but you don't understand something. This is worth $32 million, this piece of paper.
So
Joan takes it and gives over a company. Now, okay, so that's what she did. So she invested in this guy's company, in a sense. And I had lawyers check it out. I had Ernst and, what are they, Ernst? All right, so they checked it. It was a legitimate company that was worth $7 on the stock exchange. The company now is worth 6 cents on the stock exchange.
Not my part of the company.
It don't matter. You sold your business.
Yeah, but my business only runs because of me.
No, I understand that, but you sold.
Back. We're in court.
No, you're trying to get the business back.
I'm going to get OJ's lawyers.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Well, then you won't have any money either.
There you go.
I have another book coming out.
No, here's the point. So now Joan is saying, look.
Do you know who OJ dedicated his book to? Charles Manson.
Is that right? Joan, I predict that this stock will turn around. It'll be up to 8 cents a share. Very soon.
It's fine now.
So, Joan, I don't understand how you're going to have a case, though.
We have a case because it was fraudulent. I can't discuss it.
I see. All right.
Fraudulent thing. I'm getting my company back.
I mean, I'm pulling for it.
He's saying they misrepresented themselves.
Well, I mean...
Therefore, it was not a valid sale. But just get a lawyer and a judge to buy that.
I think Joan's trying to change the subject.
No, I'm not trying to change it.
I'm interested in your business dealing.
I'm not.
And you got all these smart guys around you. All these guys you're dating, or businessmen and everything.
Big time lawyers.
And everyone fell for it.
You don't fraudulent. I'm suing them for fraud.
Really?
I don't know if it was. Allegedly.
You know who she should hook up with?
Alleged fraud.
Shapiro said say nothing.
Oh, you really do have Shapiro?
Sure, I have Shapiro's wife.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yes, very attractive woman.
But you know who she should hook up with?
I gave her 12 B pins.
Yeah.
That Maurice Templesman. He's free now.
Yeah, get Jackie O's.
Fortunes for his women.
Yeah.
Maurice, I'm here.
Well, what you're saying is you think the guy was fraudulent, but I'm just saying maybe it was just a company that had some financial difficulty, went under, and now it's...
No, unfortunately, it was checked out and checked out and checked out.
Well, that's your side of the story.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
And he's saying, hey... And what's he saying? What's the other guy saying? He's saying, hey, listen...
We can't find him at this point.
Is that right?
I cannot talk about this.
You can't?
It's all alleged. There's only a joke. Robert Shapiro says I can say nothing.
Okay. Well, very good.
Can't talk about anything.
Why is it these guys know when to leave?
I don't know. No, but the point is that it could also, from his standpoint, if I could give his side, I mean, I don't know the guy, but he could have had a business. He could have maybe not done so well.
Times were tough.
Times were tough, and it went down.
Maybe not my business, not my part of it.
No. So it's a tough
my
case.
My jewelry is moving like a hotcake.
Can't we start a new company, a new jewelry company?
We're going to call it Howjo.
Howjo. Poor Joan. I don't know. But you see, Joan keeps a happy face during all this tragedy.
Yeah, that's why she can do the seminar.
Her seminar. Because she's a happy person.
That's right. She laughs through all adversity.
I'm a Gemini. Happy but sad, Howie. No,
right.
Idiot.
And now you have a TV show that's coming on?
I sold a pilot to CBS. Will come out in September.
Is this a nighttime?
It's nighttime.
And what is it going to be called?
Roseanne.
That's a good title. Are you really going to call it Roseanne? That would be good.
That'd be hilarious.
I like that.
They have no humor. You know, you go up to them and say, why do we call this?
No, did you really sell a pilot?
Yeah.
And you shot this sitcom?
We're shooting it March, April, Dorothy. March, April.
Now, what is your character?
I don't want to talk
Will you
about
play Joan Rivers? What do you mean you don't want to talk about? You don't want to talk about your lawsuit? You come on a show to talk.
I go and talk about things so they happen, because our business...
Why don't you do real life stuff? Why don't you have it where your husband kills himself?
Right.
And you become the merry widow.
The merry widow.
And now you're dating your ass off, and you've never been happier. You could be the new Donna Reed. I mean, it would be wild.
I'm happy now. It's 6 years later. I think everyone after 6 years, you're allowed to be happy.
Yeah, listen, I thought you were happy a week later. I really did. I really did think she was happy.
How long have we known Joan, and she's been happy the entire time?
Yeah, I've never seen her sad. I don't know what this seminar is. I've known you a long time.
I was sitting Shiva. Where were you, Howard?
I was busy.
You were so busy.
I wanted to come over, but
Not a note, not a flower.
Well, I didn't know you then.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I didn't.
I was on your show. You were at NBC.
Let me describe the show the way I would do it, okay? Here's what I would describe.
Let me hear this.
Okay, here it is. So it's the Joan Rivers Show. You call it the Joan Rivers Show. Yeah, I would call it the Joan Rivers Show.
Joan.
Or Joan, like everyone does, like Jerry Seinfeld or Rivers or something like this. Okay. And it's about the real Joan Rivers, but it's a comedy show. So opening credits roll, and there you are, you're dancing on Edgar's grave. Now listen to this. And the reason you're dancing is obvious, because now you are free to date. I mean, you're tap dancing during the eulogy. All right? And even the rabbi says, for God's sakes, Miss Rivers.
She's thinking of setting the eulogy to music.
Right. Yeah. It's like, Miss Rivers, please stop tap dancing. Do you understand? That would be some show.
I was
now,
tapping goodbye.
right now, this is for the pilot, and after the funeral, right? So there's a whole big scene. The whole family's there. You're there. Missy Rivers
They
is
show
there.
that every week.
Everyone's no. That's just the opening. You're tap dancing, and now the show opens. Okay. Now follow me. If you don't think this is a great show, then stop me. But you know you're interested in every idea that I have. Now listen to this. So it opens up, right? There you are. You're at the funeral. For the first show, for the pilot. You're at the funeral.
The pilot.
And this whole service goes on. All your family's there. Everyone's there. And you're standing there. And after the rabbi's done with the whole funeral, you go over to the rabbi, you slap him 5. All right? Because you're like, wow, I am free to date. You're free to date.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's like that Macaulay Culkin thing.
Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah, you slap your cheeks. Yes. You're free to date. Now you're a free woman.
So and then the camera pans and follows me to the plastic surgeon.
Right, that's correct.
Every
that's good.
widow.
Now you're working.
Every widow.
Now you're suddenly going to whip yourself into shape. It's pretty wild.
Black nightgown and they go under the knife.
That's right. And then week after week.
What widows do.
And the running theme on the show is, now check this out. Week after week, you and Dorothy run around the globe trying to bang Rick.
Nice.
Hey, bring him in.
Isn't that great, Dorothy?
Hey, Dorothy, how's that, honey?
Oh, it's great.
And he's a young
kid.
And that's a 20-year-old.
Dorothy's got a boyfriend.
Yeah, but it's Steve Gorilla. Gorilla, is that right?
Is this the one that said it? Wow.
Here, grab that microphone over there. Dorothy, Steve Gorillo.
Please keep me out of this.
You think, get off her, you idiot.
What is he doing?
He's on her lap. Get off her lap.
Grabbed her ass.
QVC, January 27th, 28th, and 29th.
You really like her?
I think she's real pretty, yeah.
Yeah? So why don't you ask her out?
And hot.
And she's got money, Gorilla.
Ask her out, Gorilla.
Ask her out. What do you do? I'm her friend. Do you go to school?
Should I go out some dinner?
Are you a rich old geezer?
No, I'm a full college student.
What are you majoring in?
Communications.
Oh, forget it.
All right, very good. Get out of here. She's not
Give Howard the water.
Oh, this water is for the Hassayampa.
What'd you just put in your mouth?
A lifesaver.
Oh, okay.
And this is water.
Is that because you diet so much that your breath stinks?
You'll never know how.
All right, go ahead.
And when you drink this, you'll lie for the rest of your life. It's an Indian custom.
Is your what?
If you drink from the Hassayampa River,
yes,
you will lie for the rest of your life. You will never tell the truth again. So I brought back water for everybody.
Oh, isn't that nice?
So you can ask me anything now, Howard.
So what do you think of my idea for your sitcom?
Wait, let me take a sip.
I'm not drinking from there.
I'm drinking from this. Let me take a sip, and then I'll tell you. Okay, from now on, I never tell the truth. Okay, cheers.
All right.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Nothing.
What do you want to know? Nothing.
I think I'm working into a joke here.
No joke. This is an Native American, excuse me.
Is that right? All right. So anyway,
I'm a Native Jew.
All right, let's wrap up here. Let me get everything right. All right, good.
I know my time is up.
No, your time is up.
Come on, Dorothy, we're out of here.
No. I want to plug first.
Yeah, do my plug and let me go.
I appreciate you coming in, Joan.
I appreciate being here. I'm going out to OJ.
And you're going to OJ?
I'm going to OJ.
Is that right?
I think he's having a better time than the jury.
He really is.
The jury is locked up. How can you write a book if you can't have visitors?
Did you see that they're thinking of putting OJ in a pay-per-view special? I'm today's paper.
When he gets out, telling you.
$10 million payday if he's going to do an interview.
I'm going to kill Nicole Simpson's sister.
There you go.
And make a bundle.
Make a bundle.
Absolutely.
It's a career move.
It is amazing. It is amazing that people actually say, you know what I say? I say if OJ does get off, which I can't believe he would.
Oh, I think he'll get off.
You really do.
Is a nonsense.
He is so guilty.
Of course he's guilty, but he's going to get, but he's going to get off.
You think he's guilty? I know he's guilty. What is there to think about? I mean, they found the blood all over his van.
Well, there must be some kind of a 1% chance that he's not.
Oh, Robin, if your DNA was found, come on. I wouldn't be talking to you now, Robin. You'd be sizzling.
And Joan,
that's true.
Let me say something. I say that if O.J. is found
innocent.
Innocent.
He'll be at my Christmas party next year.
They will not. They will never allow black people to sit on a jury anymore. Because the jury is mostly black.
Yeah, but I think people have to use their heads. Trouble is, it's lawyers' tricks. You'll never get the evidence in.
Well, O.J. is guilty.
Well, it doesn't matter.
That's what I think.
His wife is my lawyer.
Well, we have the Sheik trial going on here too, and they are giving the jury a questionnaire that says, nobody's qualified for this. Did you know the World Trade Center blew up?
Right.
It's one of the questions.
Yeah.
You can't seat a jury.
If you answer duh, you're on the jury.
All right, so Joan Rivers is going to be doing seminars. And in Cherry Hill Holiday Inn, January 16th, you can call 1-800-321-6200. This is if you're depressed or someone in your family committed suicide.
You don't think you can make it. Joan's going to motivate you.
Joan's going to motivate you somehow. Believe me. You'll be just as depressed afterwards. Do you know anybody who really came out of their depression afterwards?
Yes, I do.
After one meeting with you?
Yes.
Really?
We want befores and afters.
Yes,
yeah, I need testimonials.
I found Dorothy, and she was down and out in the gutter.
Tell us something to make us feel better, now that you're a motivational speaker.
As I said, you push ahead, you don't look back. Something terrible has happened, you write it down, put it in a book. A year later, I'm telling you, you'll open that book and you'll say, who cared?
Really?
Really? Life is wonderful. Life is healing.
You know what would make me feel better if Joan said she'd write us all a big check?
Yeah,
then it would,
so much better.
Right,
Good, I'll write it on the company that bought mine.
All right. Also, Joan will be traveling with her good advice to the White Plains Holiday Inn, January 17th. Call 1-800-647-5300. And she will meet with you.
This is a good way to be in one of these seminars. Only I don't want Joan to know it's me.
Right.
So I can observe what goes on.
So take the bag I wear over my head during sex and put it over your head.
Even if you're not depressed, the exciting thing is you could go to the room and be on like a one-on-one with Joan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you could sit there, just act depressed.
So, old geezer should come.
Right. And then Joan will give you her best advice, which she saves for last. And she says this in every meeting.
This is the good stuff?
This is what she says. She says, when you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. And don't be afraid of the dark. Thank you. All right, now listen. I guarantee if these seminars are held at Holiday Inn, there's going to be a lot of depressed people. I've never seen happy people at a Holiday Inn. All right, here it is.
Not when you see the soap they give you.
That's right.
Who can bathe with that?
No holiday.
They give you a piece of soap.
You know Joan doesn't stay there after the seminar. All right.
Does she know Jerry Lewis? Do I know Jerry? Yeah. Jerry Lewis hates me.
Does he really? Why?
Because I represent cystic fibrosis.
Is that does Jerry Lewis really hate you?
I'm the
Why does he hate
only
you?
person in the world he doesn't ask to do the telethon.
Is that because he resents the fact that you're a female comedian and you're funny and that he's not?
That he gets angry because who knows? Who cares?
You're so much. I mean, you are so much funnier than Jerry Lewis.
I really, I did not stay up at night.
Jerry should kiss your ass.
He should come to my seminars.
Right. Talk about a depressed guy. Talk about an angry guy.
He could use some help.
Do you recommend Jerry Lewis come to your seminar?
I think you should come to every seminar.
Anyway, also for the funny Joan, because there's many sides to Joan, obviously.
Right. She has not forgotten how to be funny.
The Desert Inn, January 31st and February 5th. And QVC, she'll be funny on there January 27th, 28th, and 29th.
See, that's my favorite Joan, the jewelry selling Joan.
Write down what you want, Robin. I'll give it to you at wholesale.
All right. I want to thank the lovely Joan Rivers.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, Joan, and I'm happy for you with your new sitcom, which I'll be seeing in a few months.
I'm going to ask you, Howard, just to play a character on every week.
Absolutely.
Is that asking too much?
No, that's not
She
too
really doesn't have a constant companion. What happened to the 40-year-old guy?
Where's your boyfriend?
My boyfriend's waiting me outside.
Is he here?
Of course.
Can
He's very young. He's in a sailor uniform.
No. How's things going with your relationship?
Things are going. My life is okay, Howard.
Having regular sex?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
And a lot of matinees.
I wonder if you'd perform sodomy.
Oh, of course.
Are you into oral sex? I got to be honest
Am I
with you.
into oral sex?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was anything else but oral sex.
No, come on. Are you into it?
Oh, I'm crazy about oral sex. Dorothy, how often do I say
come on. Seriously.
Why do I carry a toothbrush in my pocket?
Do you enjoy doing that?
Yes. Oh, yes.
You do, really?
Love oral sex.
Really?
And a lot of times I sing and hum through it.
Really?
Oh.
No, I'm being serious with you.
Yeah.
Do you take off your sunglasses during sex?
Never.
No, come on. Is that what you enjoy? Is that your thing?
Oh, well, yes.
Do you lay on the bed and wait for stuff to be done to you?
Oh, both. I'm very aggressive.
Do you like to lay down in the bed and have a guy do stuff to you?
I like to put mayonnaise all over the bed.
See, she'll never be serious in a sex. She's open about suicide, open about everything. And sex, you're so uptight. You're
uptight about
You're from that generation that's uptight about sex.
Come to my house and come into a foursome.
No. You're
uptight. Your wife right away.
Why don't you like to talk to me about sex? Seriously.
Howard.
Why are you so uptight?
I'm not uptight. After those beautiful nights we had together, I think.
No. Don't turn this into a joke. I'm asking you seriously.
What do you want to know?
What do you like the best?
About sex?
Yeah. You know these guys are all on top of her going, hey, I'm with Joan Rivers. You know that's what it's about. You know that. Is that what you like the best? Does that make you feel the best?
Oh, Howard, yes.
Do you like a vibrator?
Oh, God.
He won't answer. Wait.
My vibrator has a name.
When Edgar died, can I ask a question about surviving suicide? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When Edgar was gone, and now you were alone, and you were depressed.
Yes.
Did you pleasure yourself to get...
I talk about this at the lecture.
No, why is that? Do you really?
Do you really? During Shiva, I used to go upstairs with my vibrator.
No. Come on, stop it. Do you ever pleasure...
Excuse me, I say I'm going now with my vibrator.
No, did you have sexual feelings after Edgar died? How long did it take you to have sexual feelings after you lost your husband? Seriously.
About 12 and a half minutes.
No, you be honest with me. Come on, you see, I'm trying to get into the whole suicide thing. What do you mean?
Conversation seriously.
Really?
Is that really a bad conversation to have?
Not at all. Not at all. What do you think, Dorothy? I know I got the black crotchless panties.
No. You see, everybody turns this into a joke. I'm really trying to deal with
This would help people, wouldn't it?
It would, of course it would.
I shouldn't say hello.
You know that there are people who feel... No, I'm not going to laugh at that. So, I know that there are people who go through this, and they don't feel it's proper for them to have sexual feelings after they lose a spouse. They feel like it's cheating or something.
Yeah, well, you feel terrible.
You feel guilty.
First time
you are guilty.
Somebody, I felt terrible.
So did you have to work... Like, you mean you had to wait for a partner, or you didn't try to pleasure yourself?
No, luckily I had partners lined up.
You never pleasured yourself after Edgar died.
What do you take me for?
No, I'm being serious.
I'm a Republican.
No, you're a woman who really has sexual feelings.
Republicans don't do that. Democrats.
She's so open about everything, and this she doesn't talk about.
No, she's
I have
not
to go
telling you
now.
a thing.
Home pleasure myself.
No, be honest, Joan. Why are you not being honest?
I'm very
This is very untypical of your behavior.
Howard, let me just tell you, I never had any problems about sex till I met you.
I know, and you're uptight around me.
I'm not. How am I uptight?
I'm asking you, when Edgar went...
Yes.
And he was gone. Edgar was no longer in the picture.
Right.
You had sexual feelings, obviously.
Yes, of course.
But you couldn't act on it with a guy. It took you a long time.
Not that long.
Did you feel guilty pleasuring yourself?
A week and a half.
No.
Oh, for a week and a half, I didn't do anything.
How long did you wait before you had sex?
About 24 hours.
See, she won't be. All right.
See, I tell you the truth. You don't believe me.
You ever been flipped over on your stomach and
is there
you make that special noise, that gurgling noise? All right, I give up.
Goodbye.
I give up. I'm trying to draw things out of you that obviously you're not comfortable with.
Goodbye, Howard. Happy to do my best to the wife.
Do you like oral sex?
Oh, I told you.
Do you really? Dorothy, do you?
And you know what I like best? I like to eat a pizza during it.
All right, I give up. I try to have a serious discussion. Everyone is uptight.
Howard, goodbye, guys. Goodbye. Goodbye, Robin.
Goodbye.
Give me a kiss. Let me squeeze your ass a little.
Sure,
Come on over.
right.
Let me see. Turn around. Let me see how you look in your dress. Turn around, lift up your dress. Let me see. Pull off your coat. Let me see how you look. You look good, damn it.
She's running away now.
I'd have sex with you. I really would.
Thank you.
No, I really would.
You made an old lady happy.
Go ahead. Goodbye. Dorothy, too.
Dorothy's a piece. That's a tough call, isn't it?
What?
Trying to figure out where she stands on all that.
I don't know. Would you have sex with Joan? I mean, if you weren't married.
I always say yes.
Yeah?
Yes, this every time.
I mean, I know she's old, but she looks damn good to me. I mean, her body's in really good shape.
Perky and fun, small.
It would be an exciting experiment, wouldn't it?
Those breasts, though, might be down to the feet.
I think she had them fixed, remember?
I've been telling my wife to go get hers fixed. I want a whole overhaul.
Joan wants to be firm, so I'm sure.
Yeah?
That might be even scarier.
That might look pretty wild. Hold herself together real nice. Good for her.
I'm surprised she doesn't do a Playboy layout with how interested she is in her body.
What is it?
You know how you talk about, what a great life her and Dorothy have?
Yeah.
Nothing funnier than watching Joan and Dorothy put on, matching fur coats.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They don't match, but...
Yeah, they run around.
Yeah, they each have their own fur.
Right. But Dorothy's got the best job in show business.
I love Joan because if you see her in the fur, Joan always says she bought this way before any of this,
Yeah. Anti-fur stuff happened.
Started. Yeah. So that's why
I'm your assistant. How come I don't have a fur?
You got fur in your teeth. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these messages. 97.1 The Eagle.
8:31 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. Eagle. It's 8:37 and 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN.
Okay, a lot to get to here.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
And today's show, we're joined by Mrs. Gingrich, Newt's mom. It's good to have you.
Yeah.
And also, I will be contacting Elvis Presley. What do you want first, the Ku Klux Klan message, or you want to contact Elvis Presley first?
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Well, we've been waiting for the Ku Klux Klan message.
All right. Okay.
I don't want it to lose its timeliness.
All right, but you do want to hear from Elvis, I assume. What is it, Fa-Fa-Fo Hi?
Well, I was going to let you know, if you do the KKK message, that it starts out sort of slow, interesting, but it builds very nicely.
Yeah, you said this might be his strongest one ever.
By the end of it, it's really good.
Gary was swayed.
He's going to get his Ace Award for this.
Daniel's just up to some really kooky stuff now.
Yeah?
Okay. Let's listen in. Let's see what's going on at the Ku Klux Klan headquarters.
Wake up, white people. This is Daniel Carver. Don't forget to watch all the news specials coming on TV called Stop the Violence. Don't it just make you sick to watch this bunch of gutless race traitors on TV blaming violence on everything in the world except the animal niggers that are...
What's that tapping noise?
Is that in the machine?
Yeah, maybe it's the tape. What's this show he's talking about?
There's a bunch of specials, I guess, called Stop the Violence.
Well, who, a bunch of liberals? White liberals?
Well, yeah, Daniel's saying that the race traitors are the white people who haven't gotten the message, who haven't awakened.
Oh, okay.
Are blaming violence on everything but the...
But the niggers.
Animal niggers.
Right, the animal niggers, okay.
Committing over 80% of the crime in this country. I even saw on the news this morning that Stewart Avenue on the south side of Niggertown, Atlanta, is so violent that the niggers want to change the name of the street so they can stop the violence. The truth is, these wild, savage, jungle, half-ape, gorilla-looking, monkey-faced niggers are trying to change the name of Stewart Avenue because so much violence on this street has made the news that the white people are afraid to go on this street. And the niggers think that if they change the name of it, then they can trick more white victims to come down to Stewart Avenue to be robbed, raped, murdered by these filthy, stinking niggers.
There you
go. So let me get this straight. What we're looking at here is a street change. We went from a name change, and it's the black people trying to fool all the stupid white people.
Right, because the white people now know to stay away from the street by one name.
Right.
So if you change the name, they'll come back.
Cool. All right, well, that's a point. Are they saying, like, if they change the name from Harlem to, like, Smithtown?
The town formerly known as Harlem.
Yeah, right. Then white people get confused and end up there at night?
Go there, yeah.
Well, that's not right. That's like setting a new trap.
That's what he's saying.
I see. Okay. All right. Well.
You seem to understand him.
Right.
It's Ricky, like Connie Chung.
Thank you.
She's a chink and she tricked me.
Thank you, Mrs. Gingrich.
Ricky, slanty-eyed chink.
Oh, boy.
Devious and inscrutable.
Oh, Mrs. Gingrich, you sound angry.
Wrong.
Well, she's upset. You know, she got tricked.
She's a bitch. Bitch.
White people are becoming more and more afraid of being called a racist in this country. It's more acceptable in these days to be called a child molester or rapist than to be called a racist. You can see it on all the TV talk shows. They show filthy faggots spreading AIDS all over the place, or convicted child molesters or rapists, and the audience give them sympathy, and hardly anyone will even condemn them. But as soon as 67-year-old Klansman comes out on the stage, everyone in the audience is ready to attack, screaming how bad and mean the Klansman is, even though they don't know him. White people, I have had some 8x10 color photos of myself made.
Whoa, you're kidding.
You made 8x10s of himself?
This sounds like Jack.
You're not done yet.
Hey, when people get to know me.
White people, hang me on your wall.
Yeah. Color 8x10. Just call my mother-in-law.
Wearing a complete, beautiful Ku Klux Klan robe, and without the face mask, of course. In other words, people, my face is not covered. I'm not hid behind the mask, nor have I ever been. People, I'll mail you a 8x10 picture of myself autographed.
We got to get that.
Wait a minute. He's got himself in the white robes with the pointy hat and his face uncovered.
Well, you've seen him like that on Bongo Fiesta.
But I just never imagined that on an 8x10 in color.
Oh, yeah. On Bupango Fiesta, Daniel wore his whole thing.
Yeah.
And he uncovered his face.
He certainly did.
And we were shocked to find out that the hood snaps on.
Yes.
No, I was shocked to find out that Fred looked scarier than Daniel. Yeah, right.
$4. And also,
how much
I have made
$4? That's cheaper than Jackie's junk.
Okay, Daniel, I'm adding cement niggers to my catalog. This is war. Cement niggers.
Does he still sell the cement nigger?
He doesn't mention them here, but every third or fourth ad they turn up.
I don't know if that's a winter item.
Yeah, you might be right.
90-minute cassette tape of some of the last messages that have been on this machine.
Ooh, the best
You
stuff.
can have this 90-minute cassette of truth on tape for $8. If you order the tape and the autographed picture of me at this time, I will send you both of them for $10.
A holiday
People,
special.
we must stop the violence.
That's a pretty good deal. Big picture and cassette.
And a cassette.
For $10?
If you were a black guy and you ran into a white guy and he said he had a cassette, wouldn't you be really worried?
I'd be nervous.
That's a buzz term.
But a lot of times the Ku Klux Klan is a lot of hot air, because I still maintain that if those guys are real serious about beating up black people, that they would have gone down to those riots in L.A.,
right.
And they would have, cleaned up the area.
See, they're not about beating up black people. They're about killing them.
Oh, yeah, but that was a perfect opportunity to go down and,
No, because they know they'll get shot.
Not by changing street names or by giving out more welfare or pampering the filthy niggers. Wake up, people. We must stop the violence by sending these filthy, stinking niggers back to the darkest jungles of Africa, where they can live like the savage animals that they are without costing us our civilization. You can't have law and order and niggers, too. This message will play until around Christmas time, so Merry Christmas, white people. Then in January again, we'll start over about the communist sex pervert Martin Luce Raccoon and the filthy nigger history month of February.
She's like Merry Christmas, and we'll get back to hating niggers right after this.
Yeah, celebrate a little bit and then back to hating niggers.
I don't know that Jesus hated the niggers.
But he's sort of like the racist Pete Fornatale. You know, he's going through all the dates. It's January is the birthday, February is Black History Month.
There you go. You're not saying Pete Fornatale is a racist.
No.
He's just obsessed with the calendar, too.
Right.
Until the next message, you can watch nigger violence on TV every night, on the news. Even the way these sorry news devils water it down, you can still tell it's niggers committing 90% of all violent crime in this country today.
Well, he's saying a lot of times
they water it down, won't tell you who the culprit is or what race he is, but you can tell.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
There's never been a nigger equal to a human. They shouldn't even be called humans. People, this is Daniel Carver. And people, when I use the word nigger, I also mean Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Asians, Haitians, Hispanics. Any animal that thinks he's a human but looks like a monkey, they niggers, people. Wake up.
Lest there be any confusion.
Now, this is new. Because at one time, Daniel did rank people differently.
He did.
But now everybody's gone into the nigger category.
Yeah, half of America's a nigger. You know what? I know that makes black people feel better, too. When they hear the message, they go, oh, at least we're not alone. You know, at least there's a lot of other people who are niggers, too.
You thought he wasn't talking about you, but he is talking about you.
Yeah.
He left gays off that list.
Yes, he did. Well, gays and Jews are not niggers. They're worse.
They're worse.
That's right.
Filthy faggots.
Well, you know, his whole
filthy faggots, because he says that in the Bible, I've asked him about this, that the gays are supposed to be condemned to death.
That's right.
So niggers are just animals.
And they should just be sent back to their home.
Yeah, so they can live like animals and run around naked and, behave like animals. Like monkeys hanging from trees.
Really, the white people made a mistake trying to treat the nigger like a person.
Yeah, and he says niggers aren't even half as bad as Jews because niggers are just animals. We're just treating them like humans.
The Jew is the devil.
The Jew is the devil. That's a whole nother thing.
And the faggots just shouldn't even be alive?
Well, that's what it says in the Bible. It's not up to him. It's the Bible.
Oh, right.
Bible
He's
says,
just following the word.
Right.
Ezekiel something or other.
Yeah, Ezekiel. I've been through the drill 900 times with him. I mean, the ultimate was Bupango Fiesta.
I don't remember which Ezekiel, but I remember Ezekiel said something.
Ezekiel 1, E-I-E-I-O.
Oh, there you go. So there it is. The new Ku Klux Klan message. If you want, I'll contact Elvis Presley for you right after these words.
All that.
Well, try to lighten up the mood a little. I'm sure people want to know what Elvis is thinking. This is the week of his 60th birthday.
True. I hope Elvis has a good message for us.
By the way, what is today? January what?
10.
Now, my birthday is January 12th.
Constantly thinking about yourself.
Tricking you into admitting it.
Here we are talking about Elvis, and all of a sudden you're wondering what day it is so you can check on your birth date.
If this is January 10th, that means in 2 days, the birthday show should occur.
You're doing a birthday show countdown?
Yeah, unless, and the birthday show is always a great show with lots of celebrities and lots of merriment and gifts.
There's nobody in town.
Big band. It's a whole big production.
And we have no budget.
But let me say something.
Stop making a big deal.
Yeah, but let me say something. I think this year will be the best birthday show because Tom certainly is going to do something even more spectacular than Tavern on the Green. Not that I wouldn't be satisfied, but like maybe he's going to take it into a whole new, maybe you guys pushed him into a whole new arena, some sort of like weird place, and there's going to be extra special guests, and maybe it's going to be a whole different thing.
You act like this is a special birthday.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's going to be wild this
And do you
year.
think that Tom has undergone some sort of, reawakening?
Robin maybe pressured him into it.
Don't you know, Tom, by now that when you do something once, it is tradition?
And all I know is that last year, the station gave me a Leroy Neiman painting. This year's going to be even bigger.
Well, I wouldn't hold out for a lot of great gifts as far as that.
Really? Well, I'm really quite...
In fact, I would admonish that's warn people who are looking to give you a gift, if that were their wish,
right,
to insist that they be given some guidance.
No, let me just say something. No, wrong.
I'm saying this.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that people who really want to know what Howard would like for a birthday present.
Yeah.
Now, I have no idea if you're having a party or not.
Right.
And I have no idea if people want to give you a gift or not.
Right.
But if somebody were to be looking to give you a gift,
right,
I know that you have made some effort to tell people what you might like.
Well, I'm registered at Fortunoff's.
And what I would say to them is to call someone and insist that they be given that list.
What is she saying? I don't even know what Robin's saying. She's being so cryptic. Explain to me what she's saying. Robin, you've tried 2 attempts. Now Gary gets to explain what you're saying.
In a hypothetical situation, if
I have put together a list of gifts.
If there were going to be gifts, and there was a list,
that Robin is encouraging people to call for those gifts,
and people wanted to know
what's on
that list,
in other words, what you're saying is
swayed by somebody in charge who would tell them not to get something that's on that list.
Oh, okay, all right. I hear you. Now I understand. All right, it took 3 times. Let me just say something. Why don't we read that list on the air? Because I think I know what you're saying.
What would you like? There's a good idea.
You want to know what I want for my birthday this year?
I would love to know what you would
Do you
want.
have the list?
No, I don't.
See, no offense, Rob, no friggin' Great Garloos or lobster scissors, all right, Jackie? I don't want lobster scissors. Fred came and he goes, I got my gift from Jackie. I go, yeah, what'd you get? He goes, I guess I got what everyone else got. I got these scissors. What are they?
See, he gave us the scissors and no lobster.
Yeah, right. I got a lobster with him.
It didn't make sense.
So I knew what it was.
I didn't know what kind of scissors
Fred got scissors and he went, oh, but what am I supposed to do with the scissors? I don't get it. Is it a joke?
See, I couldn't figure out the joke with the 2 scissors.
I'll do you one better than that. I know somebody that Jackie gave them to.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, Jackie gave me an extra set and returned one of them. They didn't know what 2 were for.
I don't know.
I got the scissors and a fake lobster, a tiny little foam lobster that you can add water to and it becomes 200 times its size.
Well, he really goes all out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there,
He loves gadgets. Jackie's like a real gadget.
Yeah, but it's
lover.
like cheap gadgets.
But the best part to me was that he wrapped the box. They had put the box together themselves.
It's the kind of gift you get and you're like so disappointed. You know what I mean? It's a lobster scissor.
When I see Jokeland or, all the little things for, because they even drew on the box and stuff.
Yeah, right.
I knew.
Yeah.
Not to get my hopes up.
Hey, we put a lot of effort into that. We even drew on the box.
Is that the gift list?
Yeah.
All right, let me
why don't you read that?
All right, let me just say something. Let me tell you what happened. I every year I'm disappointed by the gifts I get for my birthday show. Our sponsors, listen,
they try their best.
I mean, I'll tell you my expectations. I expect Tom to walk in with like 500,000 shares of Infinity stock this year. I really do.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
That's what I expect. And anything less would be disappointing to me.
What is Tom doing in here at this point?
What are you doing? I am doing a show. Goodbye. What are you doing? You just go work on my gift.
Yeah, you bring him. I hear my name mentioned a lot. So
yeah.
That would come in an attempt to defend myself.
Well, about what?
And I know that's a microphone, Jay.
All right, here's what I'm saying.
May I also tell you that I think in all the years I've never you're so far over the line here.
Why? Why? No, let me just say something. Can I just say something? I'm not over the line.
You are.
When you get married, do people...
You're not getting married.
No, let me say something. And since I am...
married.
We have a... Listen. This is all I'm saying. Now, hear me out. And I really do mean this. I'm being sincere now. I'm not doing anything for the air or anything like that. In other words, we have a birthday show every year. And clients come in. And some of them even spend a lot of money on...
They do.
On hunks of junk.
Right.
They want to give me a gift that means something. And if they're spending the money anyway, get me something that I would be impressed by. Something that I could use. I feel bad. I go home with these
These are only
gifts.
suggestions. Nobody's twisting an arm.
Calicino from Fidelity Diamond comes in every year with some bauble that I never wear. The gaudiest thing I ever saw.
But he always, like, I remember he told me once that one of the things he gave you that you didn't like was worth like $3,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to spend $3,000 here. I got a list.
There was a guy who brought you something from Steuben Glass. That had to be worth something.
The Steuben Glass. That was from the... Stupid glass. The stupid glass, right. That's what we called it, remember? We left it and said, that's not stupid glass, that's stupid glass. The guy from Car Cash got me that, I think. Yeah. I said, gee, Car Cash, I know them so long, and to have this negative feeling toward them, even though I really don't. I mean, I love Car Cash,
right.
But...
In other words, sponsor years,
I just,
all
the years.
Right, absolutely.
You know, I mean, you know what I got last year? Honest to God, this is a true story. Now, I think I did a pretty good job for the Roy Rogers Company. And I'm not looking for any gift from them. I love Roy Rogers. I'm a big fan of the food. I'm a big fan of the food. And I'm not kidding. I really am a big fan of Roy Rogers food. I'm thrilled they're on the air with it. But they gave me a hat signed by Roy Rogers.
Yes.
You know what I did with it? I put cat food in it. I mean, really.
Is that really what they gave you?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember that?
No. And remember Roy's autograph? Here, I have a copy of it. Here it is. He's an old guy. I mean, yeah, there it is. Okay? Roy's autograph. It's very shaky. So here it is. It's a visual joke. You'll see it on the E! Show. All right, once in a while I throw those in. All right, so here's the point. Yeah. Why am I out of line? I don't know exactly why.
Because you're kind of like... You're shilling for gifts here.
No, I don't want a gift. Listen, I'm saying right now, I don't want a gift.
That is where you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Not shilling.
No, I'm not.
He's just saying,
no, I am not.
If somebody were to give him a gift,
let me read the list.
This would be the kind of thing he would love.
Let me read the list of things.
All the subtlety you want here.
It's not shilling for gifts. Let me say
not soliciting.
Let me say what I would think is a great gift. Here's what a great gift. You don't have to get this for me.
It's like a Best Buy.
A hat signed by Roy Rogers. It'd be a great.
A new IBM Optra 1200 DPI printer.
What's that?
It retails about $1,800.
Oh,
okay.
That's all?
Well, I'm saying if a guy's going to spend $3,000, why not? Here's something half the price.
Howard's saving the money.
The kids have Christmas lists. Why can't I?
But nobody's spending $18,000.
All right. How about a $200 gift? How's this? Anti-glare filter for 21-inch and 17-inch monitor. About $200.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
This list is like.
All right. Here's something for $100. 5.25 read-write optical drive discs. All right. Those are $100 a piece.
You know,
it's a nice $100 gift.
I was willing to give you credit for not having created this list. I was originally told you didn't, that it was from other people, but...
Oh, yeah, I thought this up.
See, what I think...
Right, how about this?
Sounds like you should buy them and just give them the bill.
What are these things, Howard?
How about a photocopy machine? Somebody who really wants to show their appreciation. Maybe the station even, Tom. It's a good suggestion for you.
Absolutely.
How about a dictaphone machine? Standard cassettes, not micro, about $200. How about a color scanner? $900, a good piece of office equipment.
That's cheap.
$900.
Oh. Not even for a color scanner, yeah.
Right.
You want 2 or 3?
Just one.
Oh. Well, I heard that.
I mean, if you want to get me 2, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do. How about the Sony 61-inch 61 XBR TV?
You don't mind waiting till next year?
No, come on. No, seriously, I'm saying that those would be impressive gifts to me. And then one's $200. I'm not looking for an expensive gift. I'm not looking for any gift. I don't want a gift.
That's the
what
point.
he's not looking for is a bunch of junk he really doesn't want.
Right.
I
mean, lobster scissors are okay, but I don't like gag gifts. Remember when seriously, Dial-A Mattress gave me a piece of a mattress, and then they were so embarrassed the next year they gave me the Barker Lounge made out of naugahyde.
I thought they gave you a comforter for it.
No, it was just. And then and they gave me a certificate for it. I'm supposed to go pick it up.
Right, yeah. Go to the store and get this.
Yeah.
Pull up in your U-Haul.
Well, thank God.
I mean, those guys love me.
Like I say, thank God we won't have that problem this year.
We're not going to have any problem because there's no party.
Exactly.
Forget about the party. I'm just saying if a sponsor wanted to get me a birthday gift, there it is. Okay, and I know there's going to be a party because that's absurd that it wouldn't be.
Since we're only being hypothetical, what's wrong with reading the list?
Right. Yes, since you're being hypothetical, what do you care? No one's got me a gift anyway.
Maybe, Howard, maybe.
But Tom thinks that's obnoxious.
For gifts
These are valued clients and everything. And I'm saying, let me go on record as saying something. I would do a great commercial no matter what. If you get me a gift, if you don't get me a gift,
you are a professional.
Yeah, that's right.
I was under the impression that Tom
not when it comes to
when he
stealing
saw the
gifts,
list.
but
did he really?
Maybe what Tom's trying to say cryptically is that the reason he wouldn't give out any of these things is because you know the station they're getting you all these things as a gift.
Right. Yeah.
Not.
Am I going to get Infinity stock for
what?
A sizable chunk of the company for Christmas? I mean, for my birthday? Whatever holiday? Christmas, nothing happened. To show their appreciation? Is that what's happening this year?
You know, I'm not the guy to talk to about that.
Right. No. Obviously, you're not the guy to talk to about a lot of things.
You're not the guy to talk to if you want to know what Howard wants.
Right. All right, very good, Tom. Thank you for raining on my parade again.
Anything I can do.
Yeah, just ruin all my fun.
Anything I can do to bring the show down, you know that.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing it down.
My lot in life.
I understood there was a log jam in the system, so I thought I'd clear it up.
What happened? What happened? You showed the list to Tom?
No, I didn't know anything about this list. Somehow the list got to the station, and whoever saw it said, well, I have to clear this through Tom.
Who saw it,
and
you?
that was the end of that.
Why do you have to clear it through Tom?
I didn't.
It was just in case a client called you and said, hey, do you have any gift suggestions?
No.
That's some things you have to clear through Tom. That you don't.
Hypothetically, what might have happened is it might have gone to Tom's assistant, and she deals with all the salespeople.
No. It shouldn't have been done that way. That was a wrong way to do it. In other words, if somebody inquired about a gift suggestion, then you would have had your list and said, ooh, I know what he needs. And then you would have done it that way. To put out the list to all the salespeople to hand to the sponsors is absurd.
Big mistake to delegate. You're right.
Big mistake. But that wouldn't have surprised me.
I guess that was Mr. Delabate.
Very good. Once again, you made me
went
proud.
through me.
Is that right?
Never went through me.
How did it go?
Who sent it to Denise?
Go?
Kathy.
Kathy gave it to Denise. No, I'll talk to her later.
Because I didn't know how Tom got involved in this, but he did become involved.
Big mistake.
She's been working hard, and I guess she was trying to delegate like you told us to a couple of weeks ago.
All right, I take back everything I said a couple of weeks ago.
You know what? I don't know what you do when you give directions, but it always causes something like this.
I don't know, but all I'm going to say is I somehow still blame Baba Booey. You really could have been Kathy acting alone. All right, very good. Now I'll end up with doubles. In gifts. I hope that doesn't happen. All right, very good. I don't want duplication. That would be absurd. Make sure the sponsors are coordinated so that they don't all give me the same thing.
Make sure there's no list. They don't just their continued loyalty.
If somebody were to call and ask something, Tom, we would be remiss in not giving an answer.
Well, I'd say there's no birthday party.
Right.
So, and that would end the whole conversation.
But no, the point is who cares if there's a party or not? Maybe they want to give Howard a gift on his birthday.
Well, if they wanted to do that, then they should get something that they deemed appropriate.
But if they wanted some guidance...
You can't ask for guidance?
For that list, for $2,000.
See, you don't know what's on the list.
Those gifts range from $100 to $2,000.
But he doesn't know what's on the list. Let's say you never saw the list.
Right.
It's not about what's on the list.
I do know what's on the list.
But that...
Boy, Tom's really angry about this. Everybody watches. Dave Herman probably gets great gifts.
This is why, Tom's been walking around the halls, and I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's had a certain look on his face. He's not been the usual Tom. And for
consider yourself calm down.
I have been wondering what has been wrong with Tom, and it must have been this list.
You mean Tom was acting like there was a dense, thick fog around his head?
Yeah. That there was a big cloud.
And you thought that was unusual?
Usually I can see him more clearly through the cloud.
No, I'm upset because they haven't settled the hockey strike yet.
Well, they're going to settle.
Noon today.
Is that right?
Noon today, and then Tom won't have any Rangers to root for this season.
That's right. Well, I don't care. I want gifts. Hey, you know what I thought was a great gift?
The hockey negotiation.
Can I ask you for this? Could Leroy Neiman paint a picture of Fred and give it to me? I don't want that hanging in my house.
You don't know this.
Right.
He's already doing your wife.
Is that right? I didn't know Leroy Neiman was doing my wife.
He's not painting it. Somebody's got it.
No wonder she didn't.
Good Lord knows I'm not doing it. All right, listen, why don't we take a break?
And then when you come back, we'll be speaking to Gary Marshall, speaking of gifts.
Oh, I want to do Elvis, but I certainly do want to speak to Gary Marshall.
I got phone calls. Your list?
There were a couple items I didn't get to mention on the list.
I got phone calls yesterday about Elvis. People want Elvis.
They do want Elvis?
Yes.
All right, well, I'll do it. Robin, you'll have to interview Elvis because I'll obviously be Elvis.
Can I just mention one thing on this list that I think is really funny? You talk about narrowcasting. Howard, a Polaroid camera, one that can take close-up pictures of memorabilia clearly.
Right.
I think that's
yeah. We need a high-resolution Polaroid camera. Well, you're asking me what I need.
I didn't ask.
Well, someone did. I didn't tell anybody what I need.
Quite frankly, I don't think we'd want to sit while you open those gifts.
Don't give. Dave, these are things you need. Putting together the Howard Stern Archive collection.
Yeah, but we're trying to do a show here.
All right. Well, hey, listen. I'll hope for the best. No, really, I don't want a birthday gift. I would be satisfied if no one got me a gift. It just seems senseless to me that people spend money on gifts I don't need. It just seems a waste of time.
Isn't that what birthdays are for?
No. It's stuff that I don't need.
It's not the thought that counts.
When a loyal sponsor gives you a cement block with your name written in it, a stucco block with your name written in it, and I go, maybe they went to expense on this thing too. It didn't look like it was cheap.
No, somebody had to make that.
Not only don't I want that gift, I don't want to carry that home and under
I remember
pretense.
that one.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Need I say more? Or how about all the bad leather jackets with all the weird little 8 balls painted all over them?
Yeah.
This is Howard. You don't understand. This leather jacket is a special collection jacket.
From some guy in Arizona?
Yeah, a guy painted it, hand-painted. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is the tackiest jacket I ever saw.
One year somebody gave you a warm-up.
And then I end up yelling at the sponsors at the birthday show. What is it, Ralph?
Can I just say, if anybody gets you a leather jacket, be sure that it fits. It should be long.
Yeah, consult Ralph.
It shouldn't be short.
If you're going to get an article of clothing...
Fits you or Ralph.
No, if you're going to get an article...
spend $1,000 on a leather jacket, it might as well fit.
I get all these jackets. I end up giving them to Ralph anyway because they don't fit me.
Oh, you don't even save them for charity so that we
Sometimes
can give them to
I give them
those
to charity.
auctions? Because that's usually what we get on your birthday is a bunch of stuff we can give to auctions.
You know what? I'd say 99% of the gifts I've received from sponsors, I've given all away to charity. Because they're the worst gifts.
And you're a better man for it.
And they have the worst taste in clothing, our sponsors.
Well, yeah, you don't dress like these people.
I know. Yeah, but nobody dresses like that. Who wears giant 8 balls on a leather jacket and the sleeves half,
there must
3/4
be
length?
somebody out there.
And they don't fit me.
And they're expensive.
Yeah, it kills me.
Designers, limited editions.
$1,500 jacket.
Yeah.
Instead, he could have an Aptiva or something or other.
Or how about the clients who get me champagne and I don't even drink?
You think cash is tacky?
No, I don't. I don't think there's anything wrong with a cash gift. Cash is king. Cash is king. Isn't that my motto? Well, I think that is my motto, if it wasn't before. Well, there it is. All right.
But, Tom, don't try to keep secrets from me. Just, whenever you're doing
I have no
things,
secrets to keep.
Just let me know. We can always resolve
Something's
it
troubling
on the
you,
air
Tom.
without it being
I'll check
some
with Robin.
Check with Robin.
Okay.
silly thing that you're whining about in the hall and pouting.
Were you pouting in the hall to people?
No.
You were pouting. For the last 2 days, you've been pouting.
Tom, I'm a very important man in the company.
Absolutely.
And it's important that I'm happy on my birthday show. That's all. The listeners are upset when I'm upset.
Right.
She doesn't understand that. They hear the birthday show. You know how embarrassing it is to have to yell at the sponsors at the birthday show for the bad gifts they're getting?
The monitor might be better, but the brick is much more fun to listen to.
Yeah. It just seems uncomfortable.
Trying to help you make good radio. That's
all right.
There's been, and you know what? I just have to say one more thing. There's been a couple of years where you have been unhappy with the gift, and the people who've given it to you have either been very disappointed that you're unhappy,
I know,
or have gotten genuinely angry that you've made fun of their gift.
I know. They don't understand that it's
We're
bad.
trying to avoid all that.
There's nothing worse than looking at a whole family pissed off at you.
I know. A lot of these people are a family, and they're upset that I'm not excited about the gift.
Because it seems that as a family, they choose the gift.
Some of the clothing. Oh, my God. And how about the sponsors who want to be funny?
Remember the year somebody brought you an electric car for your kids?
Yeah, what am I going to do with that?
It's a gas car.
2 years.
It was a gas car. I'm not going to put my kids in that. My kids will explode. I love my kids.
It was sitting around in the hall.
It was a gas-powered engine.
Yeah, it was a lawnmower.
Yeah.
We ended up riding it around the hall once and sticking up the whole rock.
And I never got to bring it home.
The entire building.
And you know what? That had to cost $2,500 easily.
Yeah,
did they end up giving it to Ronald McDonald House or something?
Yeah, sold at the top like that.
Someone told me Frank Flores still commutes in that car. What's he, about 2 feet tall?
Stretch limo.
Yeah. So, I mean, seriously, that's not a cheap gift. And that's absurd. It was a waste of money.
Right.
It was a big waste of money. And I remember the sponsor was upset that I didn't like it. And I yell at the sponsors on the air, and who wants that? Why should we have something uncomfortable? All right, I got to take a break. It's very important. Our sponsors must be satisfied.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a break. Everyone will calm down. Tom now has got it out of his system.
Yes, now he can be back to normal in the hall.
Once again, I'm saying I'm not asking for any gift, but if you're going to get me a gift, at least make it interesting. Make it worthwhile.
You know, it'd be a good gift, one of those sharp view cams.
Could we do a...
Now, there's a good gift.
Can we do this break?
But that's an excellent gift. What is it?
Speaking of gifts, Miss Marshall's on the phone.
All right, hey, listen to this.
Yeah.
Let me take a break, and then I'll talk to Mr. Marshall. All right, we'll be back right after this.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 The Eagle.
Hey, if you...
97.1 The Eagle. It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
On our phone is the very famous film producer.
And TV producer.
One of the biggest names in Hollywood, Gary Marshall.
Yep.
Who, through some fluke, is a friend of mine in some bizarre sense.
It's amazing.
Yeah, not like a real friend. I'm explaining our relationship, Gary.
Okay.
I mean, Mr. Marshall.
Gary.
I don't feel comfortable.
All right.
Somehow, we've become...
I don't know how this happened. How did it happen?
Well, I can call Gary Marshall and ask advice.
Yes, but how did that even come about?
Well, I just worked up the nerve. I'm such a pussy. Excuse my language, Mr. Marshall. I don't normally talk like that.
It's early in the morning.
Exactly. I'm such a pussy that I can't even call a guy because I feel I'm being obtrusive, But I finally said I was working on the movie and I needed an expert opinion, and Mr. Marshall did say that I could call him, and unless he was stroking me.
So that happened while he was here.
Yes, when I went on the show.
Yeah, and he said to me, if you need to talk to someone, I'd be more than happy to do it. I said, well, nobody values Gary Marshall's opinion more than me. So I asked his advice.
You took full advantage.
I took full advantage for once, and he was very gracious to me.
Well, we were talking about making a movie. I know how hard that is. So
yeah, it is.
It's all what happened to my last one. It's a hard business.
You can't have a winner every time. But
I have no complaints.
But I explained to Mr. Marshall, I've got to make my first movie a good one. Then I can do a bunch of junky ones. You know what I mean? I need to hit it.
That first hit.
I need to hit the home run so I get my ticket out of radio.
Yes.
But anyway, so Mr. Marshall, very gracious. No help, but very gracious. Anyway, unbelievably,
lo and behold,
let me get to the point of the phone call. Unbelievably, Gary Marshall not only sends me a personal Gary Marshall stationery, a personal note wishing me a happy, New Year, holidays,
holiday season
to the wife and family, but says there's a gift
attached
under separate cover.
Oh,
I was like floored. I mean, and when I opened the box, I was astounded to find a personal gift. But yet a strange gift in the sense that...
Gary, what was it?
What is that thing you sent me?
It's a reverb thing for your guitar. You play guitar. It's called a Phase 100. My son's a musician, and my assistant, Robert. I was talking about getting you some... how usually people get fruit of the month.
Right.
Cake of the month. I kept getting cake of the month and fruit of the month, which are very nice. But
I get more fruits every...
I know, and I'm not a big fruit eater.
Yeah, I know. It all just rots in my refrigerator.
So I said, I don't want to send food. We should send something. So the guy said, I heard you play. You play the parodies. I figured that you played because I was there. I didn't see a band.
Well, I play a little bit, but it's mostly Fred doing the good guitar play. Oh, so that's what it was. So in other words, your son knew...
So they really thought about it and talked about it.
Yeah, we talked. Well, they talked about you, and they said, this actually, I don't think they...
How did he
There are no new ones, you can't buy... They're old. That's a used one, but
and how did I make it
bad.
Like, how did I make it onto your list? Like, that list must include some pretty important people. I mean...
Who's on the gift list?
Yeah, like, who are some of the important people you send gifts to?
Well, you get different changes each year,
Right.
So don't expect it every year.
Yeah, right. And I feel kind of guilty. I didn't get Gary Marshall, and I just sent him a note saying, I can't believe you would send me a gift.
Well, I went on your show. It's a thing. You send gifts. There's...
But tell me the truth. But wait a second. Before you tell me who else you said.
We thought about it, and there was somebody told me this thing, Van Halen once used that same type of thing, not the one you got.
And it's very rare to have.
Yeah, well, it makes those sounds.
I was
a drummer. I was a musician. I was a drummer, so I used to love to get a new thing.
First of all, I got to tell you something.
Go ahead.
I hardly play the guitar. I mean, I got to be honest with you.
The guitar hates it.
I might have to give that gift away. But tell me, what's a thing like that worth? I mean, what'd you pay for that?
Oh, it's not real expensive.
Like, what'd you pay, do you know?
Yeah, I know. It's like 120.
Oh, wow, but even still, they spent 120 on me. Hey, tell the truth.
Well, fruit is a month. Who knows what that costs?
But tell the truth, they bought it, and then someone briefed you for this phone call to tell you what you bought me, right? I mean, you don't personally go out and buy.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you knew what it was.
I didn't go to the store and buy it. I'm not a very technical person. We discussed it. What would a person like that like? And I listened to you. I said, I heard him play this and that. And then they bought it. They showed me. They sent it.
Wow, you actually put some thought into it, too.
Yeah,
Man,
this went through you.
May I send you something now?
Sure.
I'm sending you Great Garloo. It's a toy that I had as a child. And I want you to play with it. No, Robin got me a Great Garloo for, you know what it was? When I was a little kid, I had a Great Garloo. My mother threw it out. So Robin went out to one of these rare stores.
He was always whining about Great Garloo.
So she bought it. Now I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I got this Great Garloo sitting in my house.
See what happens.
So I'm going to send it to you.
All right, I can take a minute.
You can have some fun with it.
It's a very old thing, you know.
That's right. In fact, I just keep passing it on to whoever.
Hey, my gift costs more than Gary.
Well, you work with me every day. The fact that, first of all, Gary didn't need to get me a gift.
Didn't have to get you, but I wanted to get you a gift.
He's not going to tell us who else is on the list.
Well, should I
Who
say...
else is on the list? This year, Dana Delaney was on the list.
Oh, really?
Who you worked with.
What did you get Dana Delaney?
I got her, she likes a pin. She likes jewelry, so she got,
wow.
got her a pin.
What'd that cost?
And...
was it the same price for everybody, or?
Yeah, was it like Dana Delaney's? Must have been a couple of more $100.
No, I don't think too much. You don't want to go crazy here. It's
right.
Just, for my family, I buy a gift. But,
right. So Dana Delaney.
Dana Delaney, I think.
Rosie O'Donnell must have got.
Well, yeah, you each get. Well, you get a gift from each movie, and and.
So did you get Dan Aykroyd something?
Dan, yeah, well, we got these shirts. We had these shirts made for the show, and hats and stuff like that, but nothing.
Nothing fancy.
I didn't get anything too fancy. I'm trying to, like I played Alan Thicke. I got tennis balls. Nothing too clever.
You get Alan Thicke tennis balls?
Yeah, well, we play tennis.
Oh, you play with that guy?
Yeah.
What does he do? Is he like retired or something? I mean, what does he do? Does he just hang out and play tennis all day?
No, he's around. He got married. I went to his wedding.
Nice looking girl?
Miss World.
Really? Miss World?
Yeah.
Oh, what a goof. That guy has Miss World.
Well, and there was no Miss World in my neighborhood, but I was going.
You should get Aykroyd like 40 tubs of fried chicken. He's eating way too much, this guy.
Chicken of the month.
Chicken of the month club. Whole chickens.
No, we got some Canadian thing. I don't know.
All I want to say is, I can't believe, I am so flattered you got me a gift. That, I don't care what it was. The fact that I can't use it is meaningless. The idea that
you actually thought about it?
Yeah, the idea that you get... I looked at this thing, I threw it right in the garbage. I said, what am I going to do with this? Well, I'm going to give it to you, Fred, with Mr. Marshall's permission.
And he can use it on the show.
Yeah, we'll use it on the show.
Yeah, rim shots. You make that noise. It's like rim...
Yeah, I hear you. It's like a...
We used to go... bang.
It's a phase thing or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you tell Penny?
They call it a pedal.
Did you tell Penny you got me a gift? Penny Marshall?
I was with Penny New Year's Eve.
Oh, you were? Did you guys discuss my gift?
No, we didn't bring it up there.
Penny Marshall is Gary's sister.
I know that.
That's right.
What'd you get her for? What'd you get her for a gift?
Well, we do nostalgic. If she likes old antique things. Actually, she saves an interesting thing. She saves different
elephants.
What? No.
Why would you guess elephant?
A lot of girls do that. They save like different statues, like of elephants.
I'm an elephant collector.
Yeah, I know a lot of women do that. That's a very feminine thing. Or pigs. A lot of women save like little pigs.
Yeah. But you know how they save little things, little figurines?
Right.
She saves little figurines of different pets, but they all have to be like injured. Pets with little bandages, like the pets that are hurt. So she likes to keep that.
That's what you got. What'd that cost?
Oh, I don't know. We don't spend more than $100.
Oh, really? I figured you'd buy her Delaware or one of the 13 colonies or something. I don't know.
And then we buy. She likes old stuff from like when you grew up. Soldiers and somebody got me soldiers. But
do Lenny and Squiggy panhandle in front of her house?
No, we had coming soon is the Laverne and Shirley reunion show.
Oh, you doing that?
We just did it.
Oh, how'd it go? All right.
Yeah, we all got together, said hello.
Squiggy must have been real happy.
Ecstatic.
Yeah, thank God, a reunion, anything. I'm waiting. Lots of Geritol on the set.
We had a nice time.
Cool, I'm looking forward to that. Well, listen, all I wanted to say is thank you. I just wanted to find out the whole process of me getting a gift.
People talked about you, and as I said, my son, the musician, who also plays guitar, who last time I mentioned the name of his band, yelled at me, so I'm not plugging it.
All right, what's the name of the band?
Chavez. It's a new young band.
Chavez? What is that, a Mexican thing?
I don't know. They picked names today. I don't know what they're doing.
I'm sick of the Mexicans. Between you and me. So,
I heard you play with that guy, Snyder, D. Snyder.
Yeah.
That's where I heard you play with him.
I can play with him.
So you got something, you make a reverb.
I can play 3 chords.
He certainly isn't up to pedal yet.
Must be tough.
When you do those parodies, the other guy plays.
Yeah, Fred does that.
Oh, I did.
Must be tough to be Gary Marshall's son. Well,
what do you do?
You back up the Brinks truck. That's what you do.
You start a band and call it Chavez.
Does he have to work, or can he just like hang out and you pretty much set him
my
up?
kids go and work. They
Really?
gotta go work.
I wouldn't work.
Chavez is paying him a salary?
Well, no, it's a young band. They get food. Who knows?
Yeah, tell the truth. You're subsidizing Chavez.
No.
Really?
I got him through college. We gotta stop. I said,
all right, okay.
No, I wouldn't let anything happen to my kids. But
maybe he plays the guitar because he's sick of counting Gary's money.
No, exactly.
Keeping his fingers nimble.
Yeah, right.
Separating the cash.
Right.
He plays the bass. He plays the bass and gets up the bass.
Well, listen, I just want to thank you for the gift and wish you a Happy New Year.
Well, I appreciate it, and I'm glad you enjoyed the gift.
All right, I'll see you. I'll see you, Mr. Marshall.
I will see you, and you can call me anytime about the movie, even if I'm no help.
And you'll even like read other scripts that I send you?
You got a new one?
Well, I'm working on a new script. I'm not satisfied with what I sent you.
No, truthfully, I certainly will. It's very hard to make a movie, so I understand what you're going through.
A lot of angst here from this young artist.
Did Pretty Woman take this much work?
Yeah, Pretty Woman took work.
Oh, 3, 4 drafts. Yeah, 3 or 4 drafts.
Yeah, you're up to about 65.
Yeah, I'm up to 65 drafts. I'm of the belief that my book cannot be turned into a movie. All right, listen. Thank you, Mr. Marshall.
Okay, I will talk to you soon, and when I'm in New York, I hope I see you.
Well, please.
Bye-bye, Robin.
Bye-bye.
Robin came to my play. I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
didn't send me a gift.
Well,
screw you, Robin. You could share my gift.
What instrument do you?
So long, Mr. Marshall.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Premier Director Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm shocked that my book was made into a book, let alone into a movie.
That's pretty miraculous.
Because I always feel like I'm hassling the guy, but he doesn't seem to mind.
No. Seems to like you.
I hassle him and Ivan Reitman. But Ivan didn't send me a gift. He figures, hey, that's the gift.
He says, I take his calls. That's enough.
Yeah, right. In fact, I was in a panic. I called Ivan over the holidays. He was in Aspen.
Oh, really? So they had to shuttle you over there?
No, like you can't get in touch with him because he takes some remote cabin in Aspen.
Oh, so he didn't even have a phone?
Yeah.
Does one of those things.
Yeah. He was hiding from Junior. So anyway, so I found him. And he goes like, he's got some life going.
Oh, you tracked him down?
Yeah, I tracked him down. I had to talk to him about some stuff, about the script.
What did he say?
He says, you got work to do. You still got stuff to do on this. But he knows how to, he seems to zero in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he still says...
I said, Ivan, why don't you write it? Instead of doing all these...
more whittling to do.
Yeah, maybe you're done with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger finally.
Time to find a new team.
Maybe find a new guy with a fresh face and, a new angle.
Team.
Yeah, I mean, what, am I a pariah? But he really zeroes in. He says to me, your problem is with the script. Pretty wild. The guy's a genius. Now I see why.
Even in Aspen. What was he doing in Aspen? Who was with him?
So, he goes to me, look, I got some people coming over tonight, like Mike Ovitz and...
Oh, boy.
And...
heavy hitters.
And, I think the head of, Katzenberg or something, like the head of...
Jeffrey Katzenberg?
Yeah, like someone like that. Like the head of that new Steven Spielberg company. I go, wow, Ivan. Not a bad name drop. Oh, it's not like that. He says, I know these guys for years. I said,
right.
I said, no, come on, that's a name drop. He goes, I swear to you, when I'm in Aspen, we just ski. We never see anyone. Just 1 or 2 nights we do something like this. Oh, just on the night. Yeah.
That you called on the night.
It's all right. I showed him. I said, you know who's coming over my house? Ralph. But those guys live, all these Hollywood guys go up to Aspen and they network. And they go over each other's homes and their ski lodges for dinner.
Do you notice they even vacation in the same place?
Oh, yeah. But you got to know what you're doing.
Right. But that's, everybody knows where to go. This is the place you do your winter vacation, your summer somewhere else.
But then I said to Ivan, what kind of vacation is that? If you got these are, you get away for 2 weeks and then you're doing the same crap you do in Hollywood. You got to meet with all the. He says, no, it's not like that.
But they do it all the time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ivan ain't skiing with Joe the Butcher.
Right. I think because they get so much time off between projects, they don't mind working on a quote-unquote vacation. They're vacationing half their lives.
Their whole lives are a big vacation. Just belittle what everyone does.
That's right.
Right. Only we work.
That's right. We're the hardest working people in show business.
So, that's like the 2 Hollywood guys I can call on. It's kind of cool, too.
Sure.
I get all nervous. I throw everyone out of the room.
Oh, your hands shake as you're dialing the phone.
Yeah, my family is thrown out of the room because you call Ivan and then you got to wait for the call back.
Right.
Because you never get right through to Ivan.
Oh, so you sit there looking at the phone.
Yeah, so you have to wait. And you wait and you wait. I was there 3 days. I started to get hungry.
Did you have some food?
And then all of a sudden it rings and you're like, you race to the phone and then
jump out of your skin.
Yeah, then he pours out his wisdom.
Must be nice.
Yeah, and then after he tells you everything you don't want to hear, you go, it's just one guy. What does he know?
Discount everything.
Right, yeah. He doesn't know anything.
Did he tell you to move out there?
No, nothing like that.
Give you that.
No. I had specific structural questions about script writing that I wanted answered.
Yeah, he's not just schmoozing and shooting the breeze.
Yeah, no, it's nothing. There's no schmooze involved because I feel like I'm wasting the guy's time. I figure he's up to something important.
He's not like you, Billy.
Yeah, like waiting for my call. Like Billy's waiting for my call. I'm waiting for Ivan's call.
But Billy goes out and he hangs out with Aerosmith. I don't know what he talks to these people about.
Nothing. All I know is, so I get off the phone and I go, Ivan had some really important things to do. And then I call the producer of my film and I say, well, here's what Ivan said. And so what?
He blows it off, too.
Right, he blows it off.
So how close do you think you are?
What? I don't know.
They just spent the whole weekend writing.
I don't know. But the point is that I don't want to get into it. It's just, I don't know.
Never mind. I never asked the question.
It's just got to be the right script. And
you think if you throw a person a birthday party, they could answer a question.
Well, we haven't. But you didn't throw me one.
I haven't. You're right.
That's right. I'll see if you throw me one this week. Well, actually, let me answer it this way. I'm very close to giving up. All right? So there you go.
Never give up.
No, the studio is satisfied with all 16 scripts. They are ready to shoot.
They've always
It's
been
only
satisfied.
me. It's me that's not satisfied. I'm the one holding it up.
Yeah.
And I recognize it.
Well, I understood that all along, too. I said, I didn't ask how close the studio was.
Right. The studio's been closed from day one.
You are.
And they yell at me and they go, this is ridiculous. We have to have the script now. We have to start shooting. And I go, we just started in August. I just looked at the first draft. It was August.
Yeah.
It's only 4 months.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even August. It was October. October, November, December, January. It's not even 4 months. No, August, September.
Make up your mind.
I don't know.
What was it?
Yeah. I got to go. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi, it's John Tesh from Entertainment Tonight. You are listening to the Howard Stern Show, and so am I, but really only on days when he's not talking dirt about me.
You and Connie Chetta.
We didn't even listen to their new Christmas album this year.
Yeah, we ought to do that, even though it's not technically Christmas. Gary, put that on the list for tomorrow.
I was just, they sent me one. It was in my bag, on that bag I've been going through for days now, looking at my old mail.
Yeah.
There was a John Tesh CD.
And we have to hear it. Maybe he's up to some new stuff. Maybe put a few vocals on there. Well, Elvis contacted me and says he wants to hear the news. He doesn't want to talk right now. He doesn't want to hear
himself. He doesn't want to deliver a message. He'd rather hear what's going on in the world.
Elvis has a 35-page script in front of him, but can't seem to get to it, so he'll have to do it tomorrow. I apologize, but it's just been a lot of material going on here.
Sorry to hear that.
Elvis prefers the 8 o'clock hour, evidently.
Well, he is the king.
He is the king. Good for Elvis. And by the way, joining us for the news, as you know, will be Mrs. Gingrich.
Granny Gingrich.
Mama Gingrich.
Mama, I'm sorry.
Call me Mama.
Hey, does Newt ever say anything about me in private?
What about? You mean Nudie?
Yeah, does he ever say anything?
He never mentioned you.
No?
No, sir.
No, because you say he mentioned Hillary, and...
Yeah.
Maybe he mentioned me.
He's a bitch.
Who? Howard?
Everybody. You know, you were talking about Negroes earlier.
Yeah.
I like Negroes, but not chinks.
Now you're angry.
Except Oprah, but she's probably a tricky bitch, too.
You think Oprah's a tricky bitch?
Yep, I'll tell you some more, but I gotta light me a cigarette.
Do you feel you were tricked?
Tricked by that sneaky chink.
Connie Chung.
Connie Chink. Slanty-eyed, inscrutable. I couldn't see what she was up to then, but I know now that it happened.
Well, you're a simple white woman from the back hills. What do you know about these tricky broadcasters?
Nothing. We're very simple where we come from. Got a car up on blocks and a mouthful of red man.
Right.
Smoking and chewing
I
and
burnt
everything.
my finger lighting my cancer stick.
Wow.
Whoa.
You are so outspoken. That's what I love about you. And did Newt say anything to you after you got tricked? Let me ask you.
He just hugged me. We hugged each other.
And Robin brought
Mama
this up.
and son.
How is it that you could have 3 cameras in the room?
How did you forget you were on TV talking
Yeah.
to a reporter?
She said just whisper it to me, and I did. I didn't think they'd film the damn thing.
Right. You got when she said just whisper, you thought they turned off the camera.
Tricky.
Right. Well, you went on. You went on with Tom Snyder. How'd that go?
Tom Snyder? Who?
Don't remember talking to Tom?
No, I don't know.
Well, we have a little bit of it as it could remind you.
All right.
of what it was like to talk to Tom Snyder.
That was late.
Well, you and your husband were on. I didn't even know you had a husband.
I thought you were your husband. You have a deeper voice than your husband, I know.
Yes, I do.
Right.
Well, here's Kathleen. I think his name is Bob.
Kathleen Bob?
Kathleen and Bob.
Kathy Bob.
Kathy Bob. Your name is Kathleen.
Your middle name is Bob? Kathleen Bob?
Kathy Bob Gingrich.
I thought this was 2 people.
Oh, that's my middle name. Good Christian woman. Kathy Bob.
You know, you sound a little masculine. Anyone ever tell you that?
Well, I don't know. I'm just a woman from the South.
All right, let's...
Here she goes on the Tom Snyder show.
All right, this is Tom Snyder. Let's hear you on Tom Snyder.
I keep scrapbooks of nudie.
Oh, I understand that, but I, just wondered if you watched a lot of TV, watched the politicians.
Oh, yes. 21, 22, and 29. Yep.
That's CNN and C-SPAN. Gotcha.
He's the world's worst interviewer, Tom Snyder. He's got a hot guest like that. It's just gotcha.
Asking her what channel she wants.
Yeah. So tell me, this is the new revolution in late night television.
Yeah.
So what channel you watch on TV?
I watch TV, but it ain't plugged in. Ow! I caught my balls in my pantyhose.
Wait a minute.
Whoa. Little pinch. Down south.
All right, let's...
You mean nudie?
Nudie. 21, 22.
Nudie kazootie. All nudie, all Rudy.
Oh, Rudy all the time.
Right, okay. Let's see what else you had to say to the great interview with Tom Snyder, the hope of CBS television.
How have your lives held together through all this?
Well, I think we have each other. I can lean on Bob. Otherwise, I don't know. It was really a rough week, really.
What were the roughest parts of it, Bob?
There really were no rough parts.
She has a deeper voice than Bob.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Her voice is deeper than her husband's.
Concerned, it's a done deed, and the sooner forgotten, the better.
That's weird when you have a deeper voice than your husband.
Yeah, I wonder how he feels about that.
Right. She makes him sound like a homo.
She's more manly than he is.
Yeah. More manly than Kathy Bob? No, sir. You know, yesterday my cigarette started a fire in the bathroom. Luckily, it didn't spread to the rest of the house.
You are a funny woman.
You know, the rough part of life is catching your nips in the trailer.
She's also got some kind of a speech impediment there.
Yes, she's like Ann Ramsey from...
What are you saying?
Her whole tongue or something.
Yes, half her tongue is missing.
That's tongue cancer. You know when you go through life with a mouthful of Skull Bandit? It takes its toll. First the tongue, then the lips. Lip cancer.
Well, you sure got tricked. You know,
I got tricked by that.
No, what's funny is that you're a simple woman with simple, you have simple values. You're what they call the moral majority, right?
Right. I don't even have a soft palate left because of all mouth cancer.
So we shouldn't make fun of your speech impediment because...
That's the one thing that tricky chink didn't do was say, hey, watch her mouth when she does this interview.
Did you like Connie Chung when she came to... You didn't feel bad about the Chinese people before she came to the house.
Nope. No, I love chinks. They make good food and they stay open till 2:15 in the morning down in Georgia. You can always go to the Chinaman when you're hungry and drunk.
All right, let's...
They don't spend their money on clothes, though. I noticed that.
What do you mean?
You never see a well-dressed chink. I think they spend all their money at the racetrack.
No, that's not... No, Nudie didn't say that. You said that.
Nudie told me that once. He had a funny joke one time. He said, Mama, what do you call a chink in a fine men's clothing store?
What?
Lost.
Well, what are you saying? They don't dress well?
That yellow witch, you stay out of my way. And learn to dress. Stop getting all your clothes at the airport. Wear a nice feminine dress like me. I'm very feminine. Very feminine.
Well, I noticed you had one of those big hats on.
Yeah, big hat,
big
cigarette. Everything's big down south.
Yeah, but that big hat almost looked like a coolie hat. I guess because you were being interviewed by an Oriental, you tried to dress appropriately.
Big chink-hating hat now.
Yeah.
He made an enemy out of this woman.
All right. Well, you see, that's sad when somebody forms their whole opinion on a race based on one interview.
Encounter,
right.
Yes.
That's sad.
My hat was yellow to match my teeth and my fingers.
You must have very yellow fingers from smoking. Because the nicotine builds up on your fingers.
Nicotine's good.
How many packs do you smoke a day?
15. I cut down.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you have a bad habit.
At least that chink let me smoke on her show. That was one good thing about her. When chinks move into the neighborhood, the Mexicans get car insurance where I come from. Sneaky. She tricked me. Bitch.
No.
You thought that you thought the camera wasn't rolling.
No. When I get an idea like that with 3 cameras sitting there.
And you said she hugged you when she left, so you thought everything was all right.
Right. When she hugged you thought everything was all right?
Swear I felt soy sauce coming out.
All right. All right, Mr. Gingrich, you ran out of material. All right, here you go. Here is, now what is this Tom Snyder tape?
That's just the introduction to the show. I guess Candace Bergen was his first guest. So, to launch this new experiment in late-night television.
They got everybody thinking that this is the new hip thing.
Yeah.
Wait till it bombs.
He's welcoming her and thanking her profusely.
Beautiful music, by the way.
Now in her 7th season as TV's feistiest anchor lady, Murphy Brown, a great pleasure to...
Everything very serious with Tom Snyder. Feisty. This guy was dead and buried.
She's an anchor woman. She's not an anchor woman.
Yeah.
She's a bitch. Charlie McCarthy was more animated than her.
Welcome as our first guest on this effort here at CBS.
On this effort.
A lady who never hesitates to say exactly what's on her mind, and that'd be Candace Bergen. And thank you so much for coming over here tonight and helping us get this thing up and running at Channel 2 at CBS.
Oh,
thanks a million.
I'm flattered. I'm thrilled.
Flattered. I'm thrilled. You know, you would think this was the resurrection of a great broadcaster. You'd think Johnny Carson was coming back to the Tonight Show. the way they're carrying on. This is a guy who's a loser.
Introduction. This effort at Channel 2, CBS.
Dan Aykroyd used to make fun of this. Where's Dan Aykroyd now? Now do the Tom Snyder movie. Yes, sir. Yes. Real formal broadcasting.
Thank you, kid.
Thank you, sir. Why did Aykroyd used to do it, Fred? Right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on our show.
The Suzanne Somers show could beat Tom Snyder.
Bring her back.
Yeah.
Put her on late night.
You want to watch Tom Snyder? If I went up against Tom Snyder, he would have a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
He would have a literal heart attack.
If the nervous breakdown didn't get him first.
Yeah. He would drop dead. He would drop dead on the planet.
This would send him screaming from a room.
Yeah.
Tell him that Stern is coming on opposite.
Hello, this is Stern. I'd love to beat his ass. Old fool. Sitting there acting like something important happened.
This effort.
I want to thank you for this effort. It's like a big monumental show being launched. So I'm sitting there like doing a radio program, launching a bad radio program. And they're reviving this guy. They're talking about simulcasting his TV show on radio.
Yes.
Because it's important. It's so important that no one can miss it.
Well, there's certainly nothing you'll miss on radio.
We had him on radio.
There's nothing going on.
We had him for 4 hours a night. No one listened.
But I'm just saying, there's nothing television-y about this. You don't need to see it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's better if you don't see it.
That's what I'm saying.
Tom Snyder's disturbing.
It's radio on television.
Conan looks like a friggin' trained professional compared to this guy. I wouldn't go that far.
You got a lot of yourself.
Oh, my.
Well, anyway, that was the Tom Snyder show last night. Just a note to all you travelers, the officials at Newark International Airport says power is fully restored. They had a power problem yesterday. Some construction workers knocked out a main power line, knocking out all the power and preventing takeoffs and landings. So a lot of people were stranded at Newark Airport yesterday, and they finally got everything reconnected, and the planes are taking off and landing as they normally would today.
Quack, quack.
Big mess out there yesterday. And what in the world is happening in California? Why do people live there? Now they are experiencing floods.
Wow.
There must be 3 days of the year that the weather is really good, and people think about it and carry on.
I know, because every time we go out there, it sucks.
Yeah, but look at the last year. Earthquakes, floods, fires.
Yeah, but Mike Ovitz lives out there. And, you might have the opportunity to party with him, so.
It's amazing.
It's worth
so
it.
now they're experiencing flood season, which will soon be followed by fire season, which will soon be followed by earthquakes once again.
How about the weather in Georgia, Mrs. Gingrich? Any good?
The weather in Georgia?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Right.
But I think out in California, Connie Chung is responsible for everything bad. That chink. Where was she when all of this flood got started? I bet she had something to do with it. She tricked California.
Yeah.
I'll never eat rice again. That chink. She tricked me.
This is also the last day of freedom for the O.J. Simpson jury.
Right.
They are packing up today to go into some hotel. They will report to a secret location to then be taken to another secret location. And from that time forward, they will be kept away from everything, I suppose. They're not supposed to discuss O.J. Simpson or anything about the case outside of the courtroom. And they won't see their families or friends or do anything.
They were describing the rooms that these people are going to be in. They have it worse than O.J.
Yeah. It's not going to be any fun to be on that jury.
6 months you got to be locked up. No TV, no radio. Sounds like Stuttering John's apartment.
The one he's renting.
Yeah.
To Ganji and Gorilla.
Right.
So anyway, they're going into the sequestration portion of the trial. Yeah. O.J.'s book causing a lot of controversy. I wonder if... when did he have time to write this book?
Well, he has his time, Robin.
No. He does constant visiting while he's in jail.
Oh.
Didn't you notice that? He's always got the girlfriend coming, or this one coming. Rosie Greer is there ministering to him.
Well, you don't think he really wrote it, do you?
So the O.J. Simpson book is on the horizon. Everybody's looking forward to reading what O.J. has to say. He's supposed to protest his innocence once again and answer some of the questions in the 300,000 letters that he's received since his incarceration.
Looking forward to that. So it's fiction.
Sheikh Abdel Rahman.
Yeah.
The
no-eyed bandit.
Arab cleric who is accused of being the mastermind behind a number of attempted terrorist acts in our area is going on trial. His jury selection process is going on right now. And the jury is being also given an extensive questionnaire, something like 20 pages. Questions like, do you have any feelings about Arabs? Positive or negative.
Jackie Puppet, do you have any feelings?
Sancoon.
Saying what?
Sancoon.
Oh, dear.
Well, you asked.
Do you regularly
I got feelings.
travel on the in the Lincoln or Holland tunnels? And do you know that there was an explosion at the World Trade Center?
Right.
These are just some of the questions included in that questionnaire. They're trying to find an impartial jury.
I think that's going to be tough.
The question in this case is whether this guy just preached to his followers or if he actually exhorted them to go out and do terrorist acts.
I see. Well, that's a tough case.
Oh, mucus eyes.
Yeah, those eyes are really wild.
Well, that's what I say. If the jury looks at him, won't they just say guilty?
Yeah. I see a guy in that garb with mucus coming out of his eyes and big white, no blue or brown or anything in those eyes.
Big bird crap.
There's bird crap in his eyes. Scarier than Fred.
Yeah, won't you just automatically say guilty?
Yeah.
I don't think he should be in the courtroom.
Wow, he's funny looking. I would find the guy guilty of something.
You look at him, he's evil.
You know he did something wrong. Maybe he didn't do the bombing, but maybe he did something else. You know he did something.
He's up to something. Look
right.
at those eyes.
Yeah, that's not a happy guy. Stevie Wonder at least wears glasses. I wonder if Stevie Wonder's eyes look like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've seen Jose Feliciano's eyes.
Do they look that bad?
He's got big eyes. He's got, like, wandering eyes.
Are they fogged?
No.
No.
They look like regular eyes, just big, huh?
Yeah, but they just jitter all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Sheik's got going on there. His eyes look like they got blown out or something.
His eyes look like marbles.
Yeah.
Scar tissue.
Yeah, he's got something going on there. He looks like Geordi from Star Trek.
Yeah.
When he takes off that visor.
That's true.
Yeah. Scary. Science fiction.
Give him a visor.
Yeah, put a visor on him.
They say Speaker Newt Gingrich is attempting to show the United States that he's a man of action.
Right.
And not a man stuck to a position. He is already modifying his stand on several of the planks in that contract with America. Not the least of which is that pronouncement that teenage unwed mothers should be refused welfare. Instead of just denying all welfare funds to these teenage mothers, we'll just send block grants to the state, and they can decide what to do with the money.
Well, I liked his original position. I thought it was a very strong position, and
well, he's having problems with some of the mayors and governors across the country. So he says, look, this is a work in progress. We're not stuck here. We're going to be experimenting. And he'd much rather come up with a solution than simply be consistent.
Well, let's ask his mother. Should we be afraid of Newt?
He's a man of action.
Right.
Cancer didn't stop him from dumping his wife.
Right. Okay.
You got a point.
On duty.
You got a point
hey,
there.
you know, I can't wait for spring so I can rotate my undies from front to back.
All right. Okay.
Brown with it, yeah.
All right.
He also acted Monday, Howard, after there were reports that one of his recent appointees, a Dr. Christina Jeffrey, had once chaired a review panel that complained that a Holocaust course failed to present Nazi and Ku Klux Klan views.
It's true. I took a Holocaust class, and they were never sympathetic to Hitler. Ever.
Give his side of the story.
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you talking about?
So when he heard this, he just fired the woman.
Right. He made a bed.
Said, I had no idea she had done something like that. He still says that he holds her in high esteem. He just can't have her being a historian on his staff if she's got this kind of a problem in her background.
Robin, let's take a breather in the news, take a short break, and come back and continue right after these words.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. 97.1 The Eagle.
Hey, if you made your...
97.1 The Eagle.
Yow!
You're listening to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Can we remake this song with Jackie's laugh? You could be the lead singer of Van Halen.
Oh!
Mint is calling.
So we were in the news, Robin, and obviously a lot more important stories to get to.
Yes, John Salvi, the man who's accused of shooting up 2 abortion clinics, was in court yesterday, and he pleaded innocent to the charges against him, and he will stand trial. I'm reading in USA Today about a couple of these abortion or anti-abortion ministers who do a lot of protesting and consider this some kind of a holy war. And they tend to not mind people like John Salvi just going off and all of a sudden shooting people. Mm-hmm. One of them, the Reverend Michael Bray, is quoted as saying, Christian theology has always permitted just wars, defensive wars, even offensive wars for just causes. So in essence, aren't they exhorting more people who are a little bit kooky? You know, they don't even mind that these people are nutty, you know, and something may be wrong with them. They'll just say this stuff and continue to have little outbursts of violence along the way where abortion doctors get killed and women seeking abortions are intimidated into not coming into a clinic.
Well, if you give a kook like a sort of a rap about how life will be better in the afterlife if you take up this holy crusade.
God will smile on you.
Yeah, he'll smile on you.
Whatever
you said was right. And I'm going to tell you something. That's when you get, that's like the Iranians. When you tell them over in Iran, life might suck here, but the Ayatollah says if you go out and kill someone on a suicide mission, you will be rewarded 1,000,000 times over. Yeah, and I mean, they're idiots over there.
Well, this other guy they profile here, his name's Donald Spitz. Now, here's a guy who was raised Roman Catholic and then went out to San Francisco during the 60s, and he says he was walking in the crime-ridden Tenderloin district of San Francisco when he heard a voice that he perceived to be the voice of God.
We're in trouble already.
Soon after that, he became a born-again Christian.
Oh, God. Oh.
And joined the counterculture, started preaching in the streets, and decided to look for meaning in his life, and found the anti-abortion movement.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to latch on to.
So that's what he does now. He runs around the country protesting at abortion clinics. He was at the trial down in Florida against, the Paul Hill trial, standing outside, carrying signs that said murderers deserve to die, meaning abortion doctors.
Right.
So these are the kind of people who fuel the fire for some of these guys who are sort of sitting on the fence of mental stability.
All these popes and cardinals and junk, they should all come out and just say, we're now for abortion. That's what they should say to stop all this. That's what they should say.
We were wrong.
This is all racketeering. Standing outside if I started a crime organization and you had a store and I started sending guys over to keep people from doing business, if you were running a legal establishment and I decided that you wouldn't, that you weren't paying me protection.
Paying me, some kind of a fee.
Yeah, the government calls that racketeering. This is no different. This isn't handing out leaflets. This is preventing business from going on.
I hear some people say, oh, all we do is stand outside the abortion clinic and pray.
No, they yell at you when you get out of your car. They block your way in. They intimidate you. It's intimidation. It's just like a mafioso guy saying, we don't do anything. We just stand there and, we just look at you and you know what's going on.
Your patrons they decided not to come to
That's right. We didn't do a thing. We didn't lift a finger. No, we know what are we, idiots? We know when there's intimidation going on. It's racketeering. And the government better step in. No.
Little by little, we're losing the right to choose while we sit around doing nothing.
Right.
It is deadline time for the hockey season. The owners, I guess, have declared that if an agreement is not worked out by 12 noon today, that's it.
What does that mean?
There will be no hockey season this year.
Who cares?
I quite frankly have not been affected.
Yeah. Who cares about the hockey season?
You want to know something really funny about it? If an agreement is worked out by today, you know when the season was supposed to start?
When?
Like October. They're already like 35, 40 games down. They play like a little bit more than half a season.
Right. Well, hockey players don't have a great negotiating posture. Nobody cares about it, except for like a couple of diehard fans, some Canadians.
Well, there's an article about...
Totally unwatchable on TV. So you were bleary-eyed from looking for the puck.
There's an article about how, Clinton sent an arbitrator to the baseball strike, and people up in Congress giving speeches, and nobody cares about hockey, except for Tom.
What's interesting to me, I was talking to a guy this morning, and he said to me that he has this 74-year-old passenger that he drives around in his car, and the 74-year-old guy lives for baseball.
Oh, yeah?
This year the season, just died.
Yeah, now he's going to die.
And he says, how many more seasons do I have left? These people are killing me.
Mrs. Gingrich, what do you think about baseball strike?
About baseball? They're going to abort it. They're going to abort hockey.
Newt's an unusual name. What did you name him after? What were you thinking?
A bar near the airport. A bar. Nudie.
Nudie bar. All right, very good. But all right, yes.
Speaking of baseball powers.
Yeah.
Mike Schmidt. Remember that name?
Yes, I do. He's from Poco.
He's from Poco.
Wasn't he? And now he's in the Eagles?
No. I'm talking about the baseball player, Mike Schmidt.
Sure do.
Played for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Well, he has just been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I think this was his first year of eligibility, and he got the highest percentage of votes.
Oh, I remember this guy, the crybaby.
Right. Well, here he is, and then we'll remind you of what it was like. I thought anybody who loved baseball as much as he did, he deserved to be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Here he is yesterday saying a little bit about how happy he is.
Who is he? I mean, what team did
he was a third baseman.
For the Philadelphia Phillies, he played all 18 seasons with them. He's probably, I'd say the greatest third baseman, or arguably the greatest.
Imagine the greatest third baseman lived in our generation and lived in our time, and I don't know a thing about
Never saw him play.
Isn't that amazing?
Hey, wait a second. I'll tell you, can you name any third baseman in the Hall of Fame? Or any third baseman ever?
Oogie Powell.
No, can you name any third baseman ever? Like, you know who?
I can name one.
The other, well, that's because you lived in his town. But
Tug McGraw.
The other third baseman that people...
I'll tell you who.
The other third baseman that people would...
Moogie Powell.
No, that's Boog Powell when he didn't play third base.
He was the first baseman.
Who is it?
It's Brooks Robinson.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
I even saw him play.
He played with the Orioles in the 70s.
Yeah, I mean, I care less. Could have been Flecky Schwinderama. I don't even know who that is.
Did you know that there are only 9 third basemen in the Hall of Fame, the fewest amount?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Boy, I wish you knew something about this show the way you know about baseball. Yeah.
Tough position.
The hot corner, it's called, Howard.
Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt, here he is, yesterday at the Baseball Hall of Fame, wherever that is.
If somebody says, would you like to be the only guy, or would you like to have 4 or 5 guys go into the Hall of Fame with you, I think you'd have to say it's... it magnifies the honor immensely if you're the only guy who's the focus of the ceremony and the speeches in the Hall of Fame. So I'm quite honored by that.
And here he is a few years ago when he decided to leave baseball for the final time.
It's the beginning of a new life for us. Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio with 2 very bad knees. And a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
I thank God the dream came true.
Now, Howard, you might be in store for some more fun. Him talking last night, that's just him being, letting him know that he's in. The ceremony's coming up, and every guy that gets inducted cries.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll have to
the ceremony's
make
a few months
sure
away.
to record that speech.
Look how easily he got elected. Phil Rizzuto must be ready to slit his wrist.
But listen to him. There's a guy who you want in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Look at how he cried when he had to leave baseball.
There's a guy I want locked up.
He loved the sport.
Boy, he sure did. I tell you, when I get out of this radio business, I don't think I'll be crying.
No tears coming out of your eyes.
They all get up there, because it's the whole world is watching, and they unveil a plaque. They'll have a bronze plaque with his picture and all his stats on it. Mm-hmm. And then they start talking about their Little League coach and their fathers, and then they just start crying.
Yeah, perfect. I can't wait. We should go there to watch that moment. Anything else, Robin?
Yes, finally, Jerry Lewis. He's making news because
Genius.
He is going on Broadway. He's going to be taking the role of the devil.
Wow!
In the play, the musical, Damn Yankees.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he was talking to some reporters, and they asked him about the guy who seems to be the heir to the Jerry Lewis throne in movie comedy, Jim Carrey.
I know this is not going to be gracious. Nobody's more brilliant than Jerry.
No. You don't get Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, is this serious Jerry we're about to hear?
This is serious Jerry.
Commenting on other comedians.
Is flattered.
Oh.
By the comparison.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me hear.
I have, from the day I could remember breathing, thought in terms of Chaplin and Stan Laurel. And I say to myself, that's what Jim Carrey feels about me. That's marvelous. How many times in a lifetime does someone get that bouquet? I'm very flattered by it. And I'm delighted. It says a great deal for the way he's working and what he's doing. He's #1 at the box office and will continue to be as long as he stays on the track he's on. And that's visual.
Just box him into a corner like you did yourself, Jerry.
Yeah.
All he's capable of is acting like a retard, like you.
And he can ruin his career just the way I did.
Yeah, right.
Grow up to be an old
as long as he works physically, he could grow up to be an old retard like myself.
That's marvelous.
Marvelous.
How often does one live to get this kind of bouquet?
What's he talking about? Jerry the Philosopher King. Telethons are around the corner when Jerry starts in on that speech. How many times? As long, and I love these old guys, too. It's like I bet you Jim Carrey's a good enough actor that he could actually pull off, like what Robin Williams does, some serious roles, but no. As long as he is a goofy retard, he will be #1 at the box office.
Here's more of Jerry's advice for Jim Carrey.
More Jerry advice. We ought to call Jim, play this for him, see what he says.
Why he works out so well.
I think he's brilliant. He's just marvelous. He's the very thing motion pictures were made about, visual. He's wonderful. A little bastard.
Gracious Jerry. That's surprising me. Jerry giving advice to Jim Carrey. My advice, choose your charity early. You get in on the ground floor, like I did with muscular dystrophy.
And create a mystery. Don't ever tell anybody why you're doing it.
Right, because it's marvelous.
And once a year, you'll be a god.
How many people in their lifetime get that kind of bouquet?
Wow.
On Eagle. The Howard Stern Show.
Want to bet Jerry hasn't seen one of Jim's movies yet? Absolutely hasn't.
Fantastic.
He is marvelous, fantastic. I haven't seen any of his movies.
Name one.
Yeah, name one. Name one performance the guy gave.
He's #1 at the box office.
Gotta go. I only think about myself.
Comparing him to me.
You gotta go play the devil. Whatever devil wants, devil gets. Wow.
Jerry.
I love Jerry Lewis.
Checking in with his philosophies.
I'm going to give him a plug. He'll be premiering as the devil February 28th.
We're going, aren't we?
Yeah.
You going? You got tickets already?
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I don't care what I have to do.
Yeah, we'll do anything for those tickets.
To see Serious Jerry. Serious Jerry, the actor.
Excuse me, scream stuff at him.
Yeah.
What happens if you forget your line?
I think he's so pompous. He's just so
marvelous.
He compares himself to Chaplin and Laurel and Hardy, and then of course
they weren't hooked on.
Right. He somehow works it into
like he builds himself up.
Right.
Yeah.
Chaplin. I always was a Chaplin, Laurel.
I was thinking in terms of like a professor.
Yeah, Professor Jerry.
He's not nutty anymore.
Yeah.
He's just a professor.
He's just Professor Jerry. We prefer the nutty professor.
I have from the day I could remember breathing.
From the day he's dramatic, Jerry.
What day do you remember breathing?
From the day I remember breathing, I have. It's funny. It's just odd to believe that he was ever funny at all. You know, it's just like I believe that from the day I remember breathing. But who talks like that?
This I know.
Yeah, this much I know. No, Jerry, you think you know everything. Trust me.
Thought in terms of Chaplin and Stan Laurel. And I say to myself, that's what Jim Carrey feels about me. That's marvelous. How...
He might not know that. He's bringing too much science to
No, he's saying, Jim, the way that Jerry looked at Stan Laurel and Chaplin, Jim Carrey
looks at him.
Looks at Jerry.
And that's great.
That's marvelous.
You've paid Jerry his due.
So he's on codeine too?
So he has paid Jerry his due.
He has elevated Jerry to the level of icon.
Right. And Jerry is reminding everyone of that. Hey, what do you mean Jerry's on codeine? He's not on codeine.
Homage to icon.
What is he talking about, codeine?
I thought Jerry was on Percodan.
Codeine.
No?
All
I don't know.
those years I was yelling Odine. They thought I was yelling Odine. I was yelling codeine.
Was he on Percodan? I don't know the Jerry story that well.
Jerry had a little problem.
Oh, did he?
But William was sitting in the bathroom.
Oh, was that according to the Inquirer or something?
I think that he's even admitted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It makes your nuts itch.
How many times in a lifetime does someone get that bouquet? I'm very flattered by it. And I'm delighted. It says a great deal for the way he's working and what he's doing. He's #1 at the box office and will continue to be as long as he stays on the track he's on. And that's visual.
They keep doing the same picture over and over again.
Like Jerry.
Yeah, like Jerry.
Worked for him until 1954.
Yeah, keep doing the same exact thing over and over again.
Gator Boy.
Gator Boy 3.
Cinderfella.
Elevator Man.
Like Boy Man.
Yeah, right. Cinderfella. Cinderfella.
Boy Man.
Jim Carrey and Cinderella.
Maybe Jerry's saying, the moment I decided to start trying to act, that's when I lost it.
Ace Ventura 9.
Delicate Delinquent.
My advice is avoid talkies. Visual.
Go back to silence.
Visual. Every word is like a bowel movement.
Special emphasis,
yeah. Every word important that Jerry says.
I think he's brilliant.
Brilliant.
He's just marvelous. He's
just marvelous.
The very thing motion pictures were made about. Visual.
Visual. I got to get that impression down. Very, very thing that motion pictures were made for. Visual. Yeah, it's like Sammy. Jerry. He should call himself Jerry. Jerry thinks everything he does is visual. And as long as he continues along that very marvelous direction, he will flourish.
He will remain.
He will remain on top.
He's wonderful.
Wonderful.
A little bastard.
A little bastard.
Do you think Jerry has ever gone near Jim Carrey?
No. I've never seen the movie. I listen to the sound that emanates from my body. And it doesn't smell. Because mine don't stink. Whatever Jerry wants, Jerry gets. Everybody's so full of advice. Everyone knows so much.
He's marvelous.
Marvelous.
Brilliant. Wonderful.
When I did Cinderella.
Rockabye Baby.
Rockabye your baby.
With a Dixie melody. When you croon through the tune. Straight from the heart of Dixie.
Oh, I'll have to leave now. I have to go learn my children's names. Jerry. Physical, physical, physical. Remember those 3 words.
Visual.
Visual. Physical. visual. Jim Carrey is marvelous for making me his god, and I deserve it. What? Yes. Is it Jerry on the phone?
If you started to trash Hitler, you could find some moron to call in and tell you what a great guy Hitler was. There's a Jerry Lewis supporter. And he doesn't have a French accent.
Amazing.
Hello?
Hello. You are marvelous. Thank you for joining our show.
Listen, that's not funny.
What?
Listen, you should really stop talking about Jerry Lewis.
Jerry is a marvelous performer. I'll agree.
Absolutely. He's one of the best ever to live.
Yes,
He's one of the funniest. You're just jealous. You're jealous, Howard.
I am jealous.
Admit it.
I admit it.
Of
I am
course
jealous
you are.
of Jerry.
You are jealous. You are
I am jealous.
envious of Jerry Lewis.
I am.
You're jealous that he has a Broadway play now. You don't have one,
That's
so
right.
you're jealous.
I am jealous of that Broadway play.
Absolutely,
I want to
of course.
appear in Damn Yankees. Do you think I could get in Damn Yankees someday, Robin? Because the guy is
That
right.
part is
He's tapped
yours.
into something
you
here.
You are the devil.
Yeah, I'm the devil. That's my part.
Jerry's the nutty professor.
Right. That was my role, and that's why I'm saying all these things. By the way, I recognize your voice. You're not fooling me.
Jerry Lewis is a legend.
This is Gary
and
Lewis.
you're jealous. When
Gary
Jerry
Lewis from the
Lewis
Playboy.
goes, God forbid.
Right. God
he
forbid
will
Jerry.
be
You know, I don't think
as
Jerry will
Elvis
die.
Presley.
He will be as big as Elvis Presley.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You're jealous.
I am. I admit it.
And the day you go, God forbid, I don't wish anyone to die,
I do.
but everyone would forget.
Exactly. I would be forgotten and Jerry would be remembered.
Absolutely.
I know. That's why I'm jealous.
You're jealous.
Exactly.
Long live Jerry Lewis.
Thank you.
You going to see him on Broadway?
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Junior.
You're jealous. Admit it.
I admitted it already 3 times.
Could you just say it for the luck of it?
For the
You're
luck
jealous.
of it, I'm jealous.
You see?
Yeah.
I
There it
can
is.
sleep tonight.
What?
I can sleep tonight.
Good. Who else do you like besides Jerry? I'm curious.
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, Rush Limbaugh. Well, you've got great taste.
Fine taste.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that young man is marvelous.
He is marvelous. And,
Thank you, man. Nice man.
you think we'll get greasy Jerry in the play? Like big
Yes,
greasy,
definitely.
40 pounds of axle grease in their head?
Definitely. I think that's how you play the devil, isn't it?
Greasy horn.
Big greasy horns.
My horn slipped off my head.
his horns will slide up his head.
Whoa.
All right, we got to go.
We've had enough of him as Jerry Lewis.
Yeah, I had enough impressions of Jerry Lewis. I'd like to thank Mrs. Gingrich for stopping by today. That was pleasant.
Well, scratch my ass with a corncob pipe.
And I'd like to just remind everyone about the E-Show. I don't know what's on tonight, but it should be good.
At 11 o'clock and 11.
Big ratings on Nina, the stuttering hot dog girl. Big ratings.
Physical.
People love her.
Well, she's visual.
Yeah. I think the marijuana rolling contest between Willie Nelson and Jackie aired last night. I heard it was pretty wild. A lot of people like that. He beat me. Yeah, I think that happened.
Did you miss that, Jackie?
I gotta get a tape of that.
Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it is $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special. Buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Friday night, January 13th, at the Treehouse Comedy Club in Norwalk, Connecticut. It's Jackie. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. We. Don't miss Baba Booey this Saturday night at the Harrow East Theater in Rochester, New York for a listener appreciation party. Don't miss Stuttering John's band at Nick's in Alexandria, Virginia, Friday night, January 13th at Avalon on 2nd Avenue and 80th Street in Manhattan, Wednesday night, January 18th. If you're planning a wedding or party, you need to... Billy, can you do that one?
That's what I based the other one on. That's right.
That one.
That's where it came from.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chortle. I'd like to thank you for all the ball breaking because I have located that television.
Oh, you have? Good. All right. That's good. 4 hour ago reference. If you're planning a wedding or party, you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-5040. Jackie, you have any Do you have any notion that, or idea that the show goes on for 4.5 hours and the same people who listen in the early morning don't listen at...
Only been doing 15 years with you, Howard. So
all right. Jackie referencing a conversation from 6 o'clock this morning. Like nothing happened in between.
But would it have mattered anyway?
No.
Did we really need that piece of information?
You got to ask yourself that question before you talk, Jackie. Jackie Puppy, do we need that information?
Yes, you do. It seems to me like the show is 5 hours.
Is it very important?
It seems to me like the show is... Hey, by the way, I located that TV set. Thanks to you. Oh, that ball busting.
All right, very good.
I was trying to locate that 58 Axel.
All right, let's go, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye, 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 bye,